Welcome to Politics on the Rocks, episode 22, or better known as Four Guys, One Bottle. I'm your host, Nick. That was Hallucinogenics by Matt Mayason? Mayason? Mayason.
I think it's Matheson?
Meth.
It's Matheson.
It's methed up. To my right, we have Chris.
Ayo.
Across the table, Bookie.
Ayo.
And in front of me, Camry.
Ayo.
So original, you guys. So exciting week, kind of. A lot happened, right? Joey B shit his pants at the Vatican.
Yeah, special guest.
Oh, yeah. That guy.
I started laughing
And
when
we have
I
a
saw
special
that on
guest.
the notes.
And we have a
At
special
work.
guest. Glenn Moray. This is our first Scotch. We're Scotch guys now.
Mm-hmm.
Scotch.
We're branching out.
Politics,
We're branching out.
Politics on the Scotch.
Very nice, very nice.
This is a single barrel, right?
It's very nice. It's
Single
a
malt.
Single malt.
malt.
Single malt,
Which means it comes from one distillery, and it's a malt.
Yeah, and
not a malt. It's a malt.
I don't know. What do we think about our first?
It's not bourbon, that's for sure.
It's not bourbon.
Yeah.
No.
It's definitely not bourbon.
We're definitely not used to it.
No.
Not bad though.
I'm sure it'll get better the more we drink.
Yeah. It always.
I've
does.
definitely had worse Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had one at Nick's birthday that was absolutely disgusting. Tasted like I described it before we started recording it. Campfire in your mouth.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, but you said it was kind of an expensive one, right?
Yeah. It was Lafroig.
Yeah, so maybe Scotch isn't our thing, but we're gonna try it tonight.
When you say Lafroig, I think of like a French frog.
Yeah, I know.
You know? It's like, I'm Lafroig.
Yeah. I'm Lafroig.
So yeah, Joey B shitting himself in the Vatican with the Pope. It was embarrassing for him and the country. Janet Yellen proposing a tax on unrealized capital gains. We'll explain what that is.
Because we don't know.
I'm not convinced
We'll
she knows.
Google that later.
Yeah, I'm not convinced she knows. Yeah, some other things. Florida is suing Biden for vaccine mandates. This one, the judge in Kenosha case, ruling that the prosecution cannot refer to the attackers as victims, but they can refer to them as looters, rioters, and arsonists.
Perfect.
So,
That's
yeah,
what they
super
were.
unbiased judge, so that should be a good case to keep an eye on. Yeah, and there's some other things. We'll just talk about it.
Yeah,
You
local
know, as we
topics
go.
like the Vero Beach police killing homeless people. So we'll get to that stuff later.
That's good, though. I'm in favor
I'm
of that.
excited for that.
That's how. That's,
You know, I am homeless, so
that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. You'll have some interesting.
Well,
takes on
I'm
this
still okay with it. Just
Okay.
kidding, buddy. Just kidding, buddy.
So what do you guys want to jump into first? The Biden possibly, maybe, more than likely shitting himself?
Yeah, sure.
definitely.
one. That's how
shit
we're gonna
himself.
start it with shit, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Start like how he came in the world. Covered in shit.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess I'll go ahead and pull up the tweet.
So, wait, it was like a congresswoman, and she was a husband of a senator or something like that, right? She tweeted that the rumor was going around Rome that Biden shit himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know who she was.
And I
but-
guess word spreads fast in Rome.
yeah, it does.
because that was quick.
That was very quick.
Amy Tarkanian. The word around Rome is that Biden's meeting with the Pope was unusually long because Biden had a bit of a bathroom accident at the Vatican and it had to be addressed prior to him leaving. I know we joke often about this, but this is the actual rumor going around Rome. So, yeah. Who is this? Amy, let's look her up. Amy
Winehouse.
Tarkanian.
Amy Winehouse, legend.
I think another thing that
True.
happened, right, is they saw in pictures. The first picture he was like in a blue suit. And the second was supposedly a black suit.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if
Had a
that's
backup
like,
suit for him, huh?
I wonder.
but I don't know if it could be like lighting, right? The way the flash works, and then the blue turns to black.
Oh, he's like me, and you always bring two suits in case
yeah.
you're shitting one.
And let's be honest. Out of all the things
He's
a U.S. president has done in the past like 50 years, it's probably like the least embarrassing thing.
Yeah,
But everybody's looking at it now.
yeah, it's still hilarious though.
Oh, yeah.
he's also been to the Vatican like multiple times. So
Like, what? He's only the second Catholic president,
yeah, I mean, I
which is
don't know who
crazy.
the first Catholic president was.
Probably FDR.
I mean, he's
right?
not Catholic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, isn't that the problem with Catholicism? But go ahead.
I was about to say, yeah. I mean, he's probably actually right up there with everybody else.
Yeah.
I guess Amy Tarkanian and her husband ran for some bullshit somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got a good ear on the Rome city streets, I guess.
Yeah, she's out there hustling.
That are like
getting the deets.
That are like Ted Cruz paid her a bunch of money to post her rumor.
He looks like the Great Value Rand, doesn't he?
Who? Her husband?
Yeah.
I guess so.
It's just the hair.
But I don't know. I heard this from you guys. So what was like it was just a big thing going on Twitter, right? That he shit himself. Everybody's just posting about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of good memes because it's just really easy to make poo-poo pants memes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's literally the funniest thing in the world and it's the most disgusting thing in the world. So that's why everybody probably got jumped on it.
And like one of the most embarrassing things too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know how much we can talk about Biden shitting his pants.
Well, I mean,
probably not that
definitely
much.
is funny.
I feel like the only thing you can bring up with this, and this is kind of close to my heart since I recently did this to myself as well. But, but anyways, I mean, the fact that it's, and I'm taking this from somebody's tweet, which is whatever. But the fact that it's believable, right? Like this could have most definitely happened because he's not.
That's the more troubling part.
Exactly. The fact that like you're like, yeah, I mean that could happen, definitely.
Yeah,
and
it's like, it's not like it's because like he's an old dude and he shit himself. Like it's not because he maybe ate a couple bad tacos or something.
Right.
It's like I don't know. Like there's some plausible reasons why you could shit yourself, but for him it's literally he can't control his
bowel
asshole.
movements, right?
Yeah.
I've definitely. Part of me feels for the guy because I've been struck before.
Yeah.
I know you have, Cam.
I think we all have.
Yeah, I
Never
call it
trust a man that says he hasn't shit himself.
Yeah.
I
before.
totally
Yeah,
agree.
dude. When you get struck, it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing.
I call it a code.
You've got about 15 seconds.
I call it a code brown.
Code Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what that is? That's after you shit yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
no.
but see, I don't know. Like, if you really shit yourself, it's like, I had to whisper that because it's like I don't want anybody to know. But it's like,
As we speak to our 100,000 viewers.
but like if that happens to you, it's like a surprise. It should be a surprise. Unless it's like you get a little bit of a warning and then it's like a rush. But sometimes it's just a surprise.
Like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
Dude, the last time I crapped myself, so stupid. I went and got a sushi bowl, tuna, and it was like a rice bowl, but it was like sushi ingredients.
Yeah.
And don't ask me why, because in the moment I was like, I could definitely get away with this. I ate like half of it, and then I had a class, and I was like, you know what? I'll just
Yeah.
it was like in August. I was like, I'll just slide it up under my truck seat and it'll be fine. Hour class will be in and out. I come out and the tuna's not really red anymore. It's kind of like this grayish color. And I was like, I've eaten worse. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I ate it, drove home 45 minutes later. And the worst part was I was home. I was in my backyard throwing the Frisbee with my dog and I trusted a fart. That wasn't a fart. It was,
That's it, man.
Yeah.
That's it. You can't.
Hey.
Luckily I was home, so it wasn't a big deal, but
Yeah. Well, mine wasn't, but.
There's gas station sushi, and then there's under the seat for an hour in August sushi.
how stupid I'm so smart, but I'm also so stupid. Why the fuck? Why would I think that was?
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? I can't eat this whole thing, so I'm just gonna save it. I'm not gonna throw it out.
Dude, mine, recently, it caught me completely by surprise. I was working, and I drive around when I work, all day. And, I went for a little toot, just a little, and it was not.
Yeah,
It was not.
A little more than
you
that.
got it all over too, right?
All over everything. Windows, windshield.
Bet you
seat.
wish you were driving a UPS truck.
That's bizarre, dude. I'm still
Big brown
this
vehicle.
is the 5th, 6th time I've heard this story, and I still can't figure out how you got it on the windows and stuff. That's
I got nervous, stood up, started spinning around. That's what happened. But luckily, Brookie lives close to me.
the classic
close
shit
to
and
where I work.
spin.
Dumb and Dumber moment.
I'm like, Brooke, I got a code brown. I'm coming over.
And now we have become politics on the charts.
on the
I'm
shirts.
like, turn the show on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the shit podcast.
Well, that
Anyways,
was a good shart to the show.
yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna run with that?
A start to the show.
Poop jokes?
Yeah.
Just keep it up.
What I'm trying to think what else happened nationally. The that lady talked about unrealized gains, right?
Yeah. So how it was, how I understand it is, basically capital gains on gains that you haven't actually gotten. So if you buy a stock, it goes up and then it comes back down. You're going to be taxed on the difference of it going up and back down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that seems crazy. Like, how would you?
Absolutely insane.
That doesn't make sense. I thought I'll be honest. I didn't read anything about this, but I would think they would just pick a time of the year because this obviously isn't going to pass. I would think, but I would think they would look at it like, okay, based on the past year, and we look at the fiscal year or whatever for this, your unrealized gains for X amount of stocks at the end of July is this, and this is for taxing you on that amount.
Yeah, that's what it is. Is if you don't sell your stock, you're still getting taxed on the gains, even though you haven't. You're still holding on to that asset. You haven't sold it.
Here's the actual definition: an unrealized gain is an increase in the value of an asset or investment that an investor holds but has not yet sold.
Right.
So it's same thing. Like if you had a house and then the house went up in value $100,000, they would tax you on the $100,000 in added value, even though you're still holding on to the asset and you haven't sold it.
I think it's a shot at like some of these big hedge funds that have thousands and thousands, of millions. What am I talking about? Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Millions of dollars in stocks that's gone up 10% or whatever.
And that's how they're selling it. But like really, it's going to affect everyone.
Exactly.
Like, and it's going to totally discourage people from even in participating in the stock market.
Exactly.
Because a lot of people put their 401k into stocks, right?
Yeah.
So that's all unrealized.
IRAs are all unrealized gains until you retire.
Exactly. And even then, people still decide to keep it in there. They'll sell it off slowly. So it's a complete.
I always keep it in there.
Some people have a couple thou with Shiba.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a complete.
Those Shiba gains gone
at everybody. It's not just because typically the past decade, the politics have always talked about the speculators, and speculators don't deal with unrealized gains because they're selling and buying within seconds.
Right.
But so the big thing that I've been seeing that I think is a fantastic point is, so these people who are proposing this law are the same people who have the ability to inflate currency. And so basically you can buy a stock at the beginning of the year, and throughout the year they can print 25% of the fucking money supply, and your stock goes up just based on the inflation alone, and then they tax you on that.
And a lot of these investments are just to counteract inflation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're only making a certain percentage of on these a lot of these more safer stocks, and then when they tax you on it, it's
you're not even breaking
and in that case, it's not even technically a gain. It's just going up in value because of the sheer amount of money that is available.
True.
Because of inflation.
And if you are someone who is I say lucky, but either lucky or you foresaw enough to where you got into something like Bitcoin early enough to where your unrealized gains may be millions, right? Now, if you're supposed to pay on that and you're just a middle class person who's just waiting until they're older enough and like, hey, we cash out then, or, you believe in that's going to become the new currency and you keep it forever.
How are you supposed to afford that?
Yeah, you would have to sell Bitcoin to pay off your unrealized gains for it, which is terrible.
And then you'd probably you'd be taxed on the gains once you sell it,
and the
then
gains
you'd
for
have
unrealized.
to use it to pay your unrealized gain tax.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I often wonder, like, when these politicians think of these ideas, do they actually believe in them, or is it just like, I'm just going to throw as much shit
I think
to the
Janet
wall
Yellen knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah.
She was the Fed
in
chairman.
this case, for sure, it's definitely nefarious. But I'm saying, like, when you hear these, like, incredibly ridiculous ideas, do you think it's always from nefarious intent, or do you think that sometimes they're just talking to, like, try and appease somebody?
I think it's always from nefarious.
Yeah.
It depends what. I think a lot of times they are just straight up ignorant.
Yeah, I guess it depends
what the
who it's coming from. Like, if AOC says anything, I'm like, oh, she's just retarded.
No, I think she's smart enough to know what she's doing.
Who? Ocasio?
Yeah.
I don't give her that much credit.
I mean, it just, maybe it's easier in my mind to like be like, if I had a gun and they were in a room and I could kill them, it'd be easy, right? So I just think it's nefarious. So it's like, I did it because they're evil shitbags. But, no, I think it is because when you come to that level, at least there's got to be a bottom line to what you've known, and also the way our government works, you're surrounded by people who are actually experts, but yet they're somehow in government because we don't elect them. But those people still know what they're doing, and they're probably telling you, like, hey, this is what's supposed to happen, but I work for the Democrats or I work for the Republicans, so we're going to do this, even though it goes against what, typical wisdom would say.
Yeah, and they're always trying to sell it in the media as, like, something innocent, and it usually is it's pretty obvious that they're blatantly lying. I'm trying to think. There was another thing that was going on that the media was kind of covering for them. I can't think of it off the top of my head.
It seems like that a lot of times. I mean, I guess I don't know. You have to decide whether or not you consider this nefarious or not. But like with AOC, a lot of the stuff she says, she knows isn't going anywhere other than the fact that like it's appeasing to like the narrative. And, like, people are like, oh, yeah, say it again. And they're, like, clapping. They're like, oh, yeah.
The squad.
Say it for the people in the back.
Yeah, and it's like, so, whether or not you think that's nefarious or not, or the fact that she's just, like, about, like...
Just rallying the troops.
Exactly. That's a lot of times what I think it is. And even if it is honestly really, really stupid, it's like appeasing to the people who vote for her,
Oh, did you guys see Elon Musk's Twitter feud with the UN?
Yeah, should I pull that up?
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was really good.
So what happened? They said that basically what Elon Musk makes in like a month or something could end world hunger. And he
I think it was like the top, if you tax the top 200 billionaires or whatever it was, the top 200 wealthiest people, you could solve like all these different things.
Mm-hmm. The big one was world hunger.
Yeah, and I mean it's completely stupid to think they can, because the UN has all these initiatives to quote unquote end world hunger,
right?
And it hasn't happened yet,
right?
And it's probably because these guys pay themselves salaries, and they end up using like 80 to 90% of this funding for their salaries.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Dr. Eli David. Chris, could you explain who he is, or do you know who he is?
He's just like a UN expert.
Okay. Here's a little thing. Researcher, lecturer, and co-founder at Deep Instinct, SEC, and Deep Cube. Member, whatever. Fact check. 2% of Elon Musk's wealth is $6 billion. In 2020, the UN World Food Program, WFP, raised $8.4 billion. How come it didn't solve world hunger? No. Okay, wait. No, this guy is on his side, I think.
Yeah, it seems like he's...
Okay. CNN Business posted this. 2% of Elon Musk's wealth could save world hunger, says director of UN Food Scarcity Organization.
Right.
Then this guy, David, said, fact check, 2% of Elon Musk's wealth is $6 billion in 2020. The UN World Food Program raised $8.4 billion. How come it didn't solve world hunger? Then Elon Musk retweets, if the World Food Program can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. And then
I think he clarified too. He's like, but it needs to be open source accounting.
That's exactly what he said.
Right,
because
so you
obviously
see where every cent goes.
I thought this was more.
But yeah, and then there was another tweet, and it was from the UN. It was from a guy from the UN. His name was like David something. But he said, what the fuck did he say? 1 second, let me find it. But he said something about.
Here, I think I got it right here.
I don't know why I can't think of it.
We'll cut all this out. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so David Beasley replies to Elon Musk saying, headline not accurate. $6 billion will not solve world hunger, but it will prevent geopolitical instability, mass migration, and save 42 million people on the brink of starvation. An unprecedented crisis and a perfect storm due to COVID/conflict/climate crisis. So Elon Musk retweets what happened here, and he posts a link. When you click the link, it takes you to express.co.uk, and the headline reads, starving children as young as 9 forced to give UN officials oral sex to get food. So that's what he retweets back
What
to
happened
this
here, David?
David Beasley, who is who you mistaken the other guy for. He's the director for the UN World Food Program. So he's the the WFP guy that Elon Musk is saying, if you can explain how the $6 billion will be spent, I'll
put it up.
look at this. UN. I receive billions in funding. You receive nothing. And it's the guy that make a trade offer guy. But he's got a UN helmet on.
No, it's just crazy, man. That this is something you see all the time, and this is probably even more, I think, damaging than what we talk about. Not all the time, but like the lady about unrealized taxes, right? I think most people can realize that's a pretty terrible thing to push forward, and it was probably brought out and somewhat pushed forward to see what the general public was saying about it, right? It's a kind of feeler test.
Yeah,
like, before this
been
yet?
doing that a lot.
Or if not, okay, I guess we'll move on. But like the fact that people still think taxing people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos is going to solve all these problems in the world, when we've already given multiple times more than that money to those causes over the past decade, and nothing's happened.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, these people just have some sort of fucking mental deficiency. They can't process numbers or something. Like, literally just look at the fucking bills that have been passed just in this past year.
Yeah.
Like, trillions of dollars. and
You're
you're talking about $6 billion.
Yeah.
If money can solve all these problems, we should have absolutely no problems the amount of money we've spent in the last year.
yeah.
COVID should be cured. There shouldn't be a single hungry person in the world. Nobody should be homeless.
Yeah. I mean,
that's what happens when you let a bunch of people who've never produced anything in their lives control the economy.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm not even trying to say, not even the people who obviously are pushing for this, but the people, just general people who are like, oh yeah, we should tax the rich more because obviously we get more money from the rich, then more taxes.
Brainwashed.
And that, it's like, no, that's not how it works. Like, we've already done this, and there are other issues with these problems that money can't fix.
It's just one of those things that I think has been repeated so many times that people just take it as truth.
And it's easy because it's not
value.
your money.
Yeah.
Which is...
Man, I can't, I'm trying to find
it makes sense
that,
if you don't think about it too much.
Right?
that post where it breaks it down. It's like if you were to tax the top 200 billionaires,
it wouldn't even
100% of their wealth, it would only run the government for like
3 months.
3 months. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is really scary to think
I think
about.
that says more about the government than it does the rich people.
Yeah, and it would be even worse than that because those companies that those people run are worth a lot more to us than the whatever the government could do for us for 3 weeks. Or however long
exactly.
they could,
which is fuck all.
Yeah.
Right. Not to mention that they're taxing everybody that works in that company.
Yeah.
If they don't have a job, they can't tax them. Not to the same level, right?
Yeah, it's a whole
it's a game of numbers. How many
massive
people
chunk of taxes that would not be realized.
Exactly.
Yeah, so speaking of companies disappearing, what do you guys think about I guess they're not I guess they are companies. 26 fire companies in New York City were closed over the weekend because over 2,300 New York City firefighters called in sick over the vaccine mandate.
Yeah, I saw it today, and it was like, whoa.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Oh, God.
Probably nothing changed.
Well, no, actually, that's not true. I saw a headline.
Yeah, some a 7-year-old died in a fire.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was because of severe delays, because of low personnel or something like that, or if it was just an unfortunate accident or that would have happened either way. But still, it was kind of interesting timing.
Yeah, that's a huge number regardless. And
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm joking, but that just comes from a place where, in my own opinion, especially where we live, the fire department is a branch of paramedics. So they just go out to calls. Doesn't deal with people. Nothing to do with fires.
Yeah.
So
I think there's probably more fires in the north.
Yeah,
I would imagine,
but
because heaters.
But I think the general idea of what that stands for, right? However many, was it 2,600 didn't show up?
Yeah.
It's just
23, I think.
2,300.
Yeah.
Let's get into my new shift. I think it's $24.95. Again, just like Southwest, right? People who don't want this mandate to go forward and don't want to abide by it are not going to do it, which is great.
Yeah.
Like everybody, voting with their feet, as everybody's been talking about the past 8 months, leaving California, leaving New York, New Jersey. I mean, that's the best thing to do because, like we said many times, the state, and you can break it down even smaller companies who are going to do this stuff who we don't appreciate what they're doing. If you leave, if you're a majority or not even a majority, a significant amount of people, what are they going to do? They need you, especially in something like a fire or Southwest where you're an air pilot.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just pick someone off the street and be like, hey, do you want to fly a plane? Or, hey, do you want to wear 80 pounds of gear and possibly run into a fire?
So I got a question for you. Do you think this was a surprise for, like, New York City government? Do you think they were like, whoa? Like,
I mean, they might be that naive that they actually thought that the firefighters were all going to go through with it. But, I mean, you had to see it coming, right? Like, it's just...
They had to account for some of it, right?
Yeah, like, and I mean, all these people who are, firefight. I mean, we all know firefighters. Like, a lot of them are like super blue collar type people. Like, they're not,
probably mostly right leaning.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's pretty predictable, but but they're just. I think so too. I think they're just going to let the shit show commence, and then they're going to point to the firefighters and say they abandoned their post and it's their fault. And
well, they're already doing that with the nurses. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't.
We'll see.
Not see that happening with.
We'll see. State reserves come in and start putting out fires.
Yeah, literally, the National Guard is going to be doing everything. Like in 2025, the National Guard is going to be delivering your mail. They're going to be putting out fires.
Yeah, I think that's the most troubling part about all this, right?
Right.
Yeah,
is that we're like calling in the military to take over all these civilian positions.
Well, yeah. I mean, some of them are and some of them aren't, right? I mean,
and that's the thing with the National Guard, though, is these are like civilian. These are full-time civilians, part-time military people. So if you're calling them up to do a job, that means you got to take them away from whatever job they do in their civilian life.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's a Band-Aid at best, but really it's just like a freaking
kicking the can down the
road.
road.
A piece of gauze, and also stab them in another spot.
No, that's a good point, bro. That's a good point.
I'm going to put a tourniquet on your leg, but I'm going to shoot you in the other leg.
Yeah, like that's really what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys don't think this will make a difference?
And what the firefighters not showing up?
Yeah.
No, I mean,
I'm encouraged by it.
I think every little thing definitely like pushes us in the right direction, because it's just creating havoc, which sucks, but it's almost necessary for them to see what the fuck is up.
Yeah, my thing was, it's going to make a difference because obviously it's a big number, and then officials going to look and it's like, wow, we just lost 26 fire stations. But my joke was just probably won't see a difference in actual anything happening on this society.
Yeah,
from those people not working.
Yeah, I don't know,
but who knows?
Yeah, hopefully no more 7-year-olds die needlessly.
Yeah. I mean,
it's already more 7-year-olds that died of COVID.
Unless they're bad.
This month in New York City, probably.
Yeah.
We actually find out it was Kumo, like lighting this fire in this kid's bed.
He's supposed to be charged soon.
He can't kill any more old people.
Yeah, I saw that. That's interesting.
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick, see what's going on with that.
Yeah, that was surprising. I
don't know how that works, but...
Yeah, he'll probably get like...
Yeah, it's not going to be anything.
What, like...
a little fine or something.
A fine or community service.
Misconduct, that's what he's being charged with?
I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Andrew Cuomo's charged in sexual misconduct complaint. Yeah, but I thought I saw something, I guess this was 3 days ago. Evidence against Cuomo is overwhelming.
Ooh.
They got tapes?
This is the sheriff.
Tapes.
I'm just Italian.
There is an overwhelming amount of evidence in the misdemeanor sex crime. That's a funny way to word that. A misdemeanor sex crime. That's I can't really figure that out. The local sheriff said a day after charges were filed in Albany City Court. The complaint filed by an Albany County Sheriff's Department investigator accused Cuomo of forcible touching.
Man,
Specifically,
that's
the victim's left breasts for the purpose of degrading and gratifying his sexual desires. All contrary to the provisions of the statute in such case made and provided, the complaint said. I say we just hog tie him and put him in the street and just let
the
whatever unfold.
decide.
Yeah, let whatever unfold. Let it be.
Yeah.
You know?
I was gonna say the same exact thing.
Let's do pure democracy.
Yeah,
Let
and
the
we'll just
people decide.
everyone will just say we're not beating him. We're just Italian.
We're just
They'd be like, oh, we're just Irish. We just like to punch
yeah,
stuff.
we're just
a bunch
Irish.
of angry Sicilians.
Yeah.
We're just kicking him around a bit.
Yeah,
We do what the Italians do.
that's it.
When you touch somebody's boob who doesn't want to be touched.
Yeah, end up in a trash truck.
Yeah.
Freaking guy, dude.
Open the door with his head. Eh?
He's dragged out of his house while he's clutching his Emmy that he won.
Oh God, I
As-
keep forgetting
as
about
he's
that.
being
It's so
beaten to death.
ridiculous. As if these award shows could have been any more fucking pointless. They like
Show their
in the
cards
past
more.
year. They just like absolutely trashed their own awards.
Yeah.
I like that video that always kind of surfaces every time there's like some big Hollywood award of who's the
Are you thinking
mask?
of Ricky Gervais?
No, the mask.
Jim Carrey.
Oh,
Jim
yeah.
Carrey. Yeah, he's like, I was like, what's the most pointless thing I can go to? And I showed up here.
Yeah, that was amazing.
He's like, what's the most pointless fucking thing I can do? And that's why I'm here.
Well, all he does is paint weird political satire, like
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
satire, just weird political images of.
What is his political
He's
stance?
such a weirdo.
He's super left.
Definitely a lefty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
he's-
he's like a maniac too.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's had some pretty base takes, I think.
Yeah.
But especially recently.
Is he like more of like a classical lefty?
He was kind of a hardcore lefty, like at least like
during Trump.
during the Trump years. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had that Trump fever.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
he's also like super like crazy. So
Yeah,
like,
he's-
he's into like the like energies and
Yeah.
Not, I mean, I don't know, maybe not, maybe that's not that crazy, but he
No, he's pretty
definitely
crazy.
was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might do seances. I don't know.
He might do what?
Seances?
Seances? What's that?
Witch
where
stuff?
they like put a curse on someone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Doing
witch
them
stuff.
TB sweat lodges.
Yeah. Speaking of
I'd be down to do one of those, honestly. Smoke some peyote in a hot ass tent.
yeah.
Some Indians.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's very dangerous. Apparently, there's been a number of people who've died doing that.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
I think
sure.
you're like supposed to fast or something. There's like a
Yeah,
whole.
yeah, because it's like a very like
Do you smoke it or do you drink it? I don't even know.
peyote. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But
Or
you
it's-
throw up like, and you throw
Yeah.
up a bunch.
I think
and then you're super
in the
dehydrated and
teepee
you
huts.
have illusions.
Yeah, I think they do ayahuasca, which I think
Oh.
is like closely related to peyote,
Oh, okay.
Mm.
but
different,
it's
yeah.
not.
Do you take it through the anal glands?
I would
let's see.
imagine it would absorb
I,
much quicker that way.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an interesting way to spell that.
While you look that up real fast, I was going to segue into the old Rittenhouse guy.
Oh yeah.
A little updates on him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you guys.
Yeah,
are.
I mean that case was just from the start was just ridiculous. Like you could tell the people who were against Kyle Rittenhouse were just like grasping at straws, trying to find any reason to demonize.
It was the dumbest stuff too.
Yeah, to demonize this kid that literally went to a neighboring town to help clean up after riots.
Yeah,
And
there were
then-
videos of him earlier in the day, like scrubbing graffiti off of walls and, doing all this kind of like community service stuff for the community. And
Well,
Yeah, and
some
then
could
he
say he
offered
continued to do
to-
community service.
Right. He killed like a pedophile and another pedophile.
Yeah.
He basically killed like 3 pedophiles.
yeah,
I think he might be the punisher for pedophiles.
Yeah.
dude, there's not many videos that like sexually gratify me, but watching that kid get a triple kill, well, I guess it was only a double kill,
2.5 kill.
Yeah. That was just...
the hole in that guy's bicep just gets me going.
Yeah, that's the only guy who survived, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Unfortunately.
The guy who, like, afterwards, his buddy went to hospital with him and posted about,
Yeah, how
if I find that kid again, or whatever he said.
Like, build the cases against yourself, you idiot.
Yeah.
That was the guy who tried to hit him with the skateboard.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yep.
That kid made a mistake.
Oh no, the guy.
that was the guy that pulled out the gun.
Yeah, the guy that tried to hit him with a skateboard is dead.
Yeah,
that
he was sent to Satan.
Yeah.
Gee,
that night.
yeah, that video was gnarly, bro.
He got shot right in the chest.
Yeah, that's right, because he shot the one guy in like the cars when they were like in the cars, and then I remember seeing the video of the dumb bitches wrapping like towels around his head, and he's like, the guy looks like a zombie. I'm like, yeah, he's fucking dead. There's nothing you could do for that guy.
Jeez.
Put his brain matter back in.
Yeah, and then I think Kyle was trying to make his way back to like the police line.
Yeah,
and then they attacked him. The kid with the skateboard got fucking sent to meet his maker, and then,
double tapped right there.
And then the other
straight to jail.
Kid, he pulled a Glock and he literally aimed it right at Kyle's head.
Yeah,
and then Kyle shot his arm.
That was after he ran.
He was
up.
on the ground too, I think, right? He
ran up and like put his hands up like he was like friendly.
Yeah.
And then when Kyle looked away, he pulled the gun out, and that's when he was like, "It's time to go to work." And he just fucking blew his arm off.
The funniest thing was he shot him in the arm and like blew his bicep off. And then because like his arm was disabled, he couldn't drop the gun. And so he was sitting there with the gun in his hand like the whole time, and then it came out that he was a felon and he's not allowed to own a gun. And so it's like,
but we don't talk about that, right?
But how did he get it?
But what we're going to talk about is how Kyle brought a gun across state lines. Like,
but
that's
apparently he
did
didn't, right? Wasn't it like a friend's gun?
No, it was one of two things. Either he was given the gun, he borrowed the gun from the shop owner that he was helping, or it literally is not against the law what he did.
Yeah. In either case, he was old enough to be in possession of a firearm, so it doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah.
So the reason we brought this up, though,
people would bring up
was because the judge.
Yeah, the judge ruled that that the prosecution can't refer to them as victims. They only looters, rioters, and arsonists, which I think is pretty fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, that's accurate.
Moments following up to that, you can see the first guy who got his head canoed. He was screaming at Kyle like, "Shoot me, N-word! Shoot me, N-word!"
Oh yeah,
and Kyle said, "Asking, you shall receive."
A couple hours before, he was like in some
Yeah.
Well, no. What they were doing is they were lighting trash cans on fire and pushing them into gas stations.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
Jesus,
Kyle said, "Not on my watch."
They're like a dumpster, right? They're like a whole dumpster.
No, but
on fire.
that's the thing. He didn't. He like none of it was provoked. They were doing that. So I think he tried to call the police.
Yeah, I think he tried to put the fire out too.
Yeah, he was trying to put the fire outs, and he started calling the police, and that's when everyone like turned on him, and they
started
honestly,
chasing him because he was part of like a couple of kids that were trying to prevent the dumpsters from making their way to the fire or the gas station.
I've seen a lot of like self-defense shootings just from the pages I follow and stuff. I've never seen more of a like open and shut, like this was no doubt a self-defense shooting.
Yeah. He tried to get away.
Yeah, he did everything in his power to get away.
He got.
Yeah. I don't like this is stuff like I'm not super know about too much, but I just feel like anytime self-defense, I feel like it's super easy to figure out if it is or not. Like I just think if you're willing to attack somebody, I think it's like you forfeit your life at that moment.
right.
Almost at any
I mean,
time.
we all know, like, we've all seen the kid, like, every town has a kid that, like, got in a bar fight, punched someone, they got knocked out, hit their head on the pavement, and died.
Yeah.
Like, that's, like, just, like, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
And it's that easy to fucking kill someone.
Right.
So as soon as you lay your hands on someone, sorry, but you're fucked, dude.
Yeah, there's a chance there that you won't go home.
Yeah.
Or you will very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And never return.
It's like
Zimmerman did nothing wrong.
not to get into like another gun topic, but like when people decide to bring up, is your TV worth the life of someone who's trying to steal it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? Someone breaking into my property.
I'm supposed to be like, hey, are you just here for the TV, or do you want to rape my wife?
Yeah.
Like, which one is it?
Or even if they're trying to take your stuff,
you give them a quiz,
and then you say, hey, you can't take my stuff. And they're like, well, no, I'm going to take it. Then you're like, well, what do I do? Put my hands on you? And then you attack me?
And then my life is in danger?
Or do I just take your life?
Exactly. That's
Seems like an easy
people
decision to make.
It's people say like, oh, it's just a TV, but like, it's more than that because you had to pay money for that TV, and in order to get that money, you had to forfeit your time.
Yeah.
To earn that money. Right. So really they're stealing your time away. They're stealing part of your life away.
Well,
when they steal that fucking object.
And I know what you're saying, but like Brookie said, like that calculation is done quickly by like, am I protecting like myself? Like at that moment, like I don't really even care about the TV.
Right, exactly.
I care that you're in my house. You don't belong in my house.
Yeah.
Like you shouldn't be here.
Exactly.
I don't know what you have on you. And so like the calculation is quickly like I have to protect myself, my family. I don't even care about the TV anymore.
Right.
Like you can have the TV.
Maybe not.
Well, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, it depends.
Not without dying first.
Exactly. Like that's the real, like the reality of the situation.
Right.
But whenever people argue, that an object isn't worth killing someone over, I just think that's stupid because they're literally stealing your time away from you.
Yeah.
Stealing like a fraction of your life away from you.
Yeah, that's a good point. I never thought about it that way.
No, it's a good point.
Even as a big gun guy, I never thought about it that way.
Well, unless you're in California. It's
I'm
like
just a
up to
crazy
$900.
psychopath that wants to kill everybody, At least that's what CNN says I am.
I hope they steal my TV.
Yeah, no,
You got TVs laying in your yard.
You just start like you just start progressively. Like first you leave your door unlocked at night, then you leave your door open, and then you just leave your door open with all the lights on. It's just.
CNN wants to see that guy burn, man.
There was
Kyle?
some,
yeah.
There was some like kind of off topic, but there was some like 60-minute show I watched not long ago where this old guy, like there was these teenagers that were going around town like ransacking houses where people were gone, and so he made it look like he was gone, and he would park his car like a mile away from his house.
Oh, Jesus
Christ. And just like walk home and like, well, maybe not a mile, but like he'd park it far enough so they would think he's gone. And then so he made it look like he's gone, and then he sat in his basement with a hunting rifle and a camera set up so that he could film it. And yeah, these kids came and broke in, and he just fucking killed all of them.
Holy cow!
Did he? What ended up happening to him?
He got charged with premeditated murder. He set up a fucking camera in his house to like film it, dude. Like, yeah.
He's like, look, I'm protecting myself.
Yeah, that guy,
He's like, I got so much evidence.
He's pretty crazy. But they played the film, and literally like he was like talking to himself in the basement, like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill these little motherfuckers."
Oh yeah, see, that's what you don't want to do.
Yeah, just talk to yourself in your head like everybody else.
Yeah.
Don't say it out
Just
loud.
listen to the voices in your head like normal people.
I talk to myself out loud a lot. It must be an only child thing.
Yeah. OnlyFans?
An OnlyFans thing?
Yes.
Dude, that's the risk when you do stuff like that, man. You don't know whose house you're knocking in.
Right.
You don't know who's waiting in the basement with a rifle.
I've even heard stories and the homeowners, they get away with it. There's been a couple instances that I can remember personally in my lifetime of like drunk kids banging on people's doors thinking it's the house that they're supposed to be at.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember one instance, this guy just fucking shot through the door. Didn't even look through the door, and the guy got off.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy got off.
Yeah.
Granted it was in Florida, so Florida's pretty...
Yeah. I mean, I guess
pretty
if you
good
can prove you felt that your life was endangered or somehow.
I mean, if you're
if
it's
through a door,
you never want to do that, obviously. But
No.
if it's 2 a.m. and you have some drunk guy beating your, like
the one
beating on your
that I
door.
remember is he opened the door and he ran in the house,
Well,
and that's why I shot him.
Yeah, no, I've heard of the one where I heard that one, but also the one where he shot through the door.
Jeez, man.
I remember when I got my concealed carry, the guy, he was like a former deputy or some shit. He was, he even told the story again, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. And he's like, yeah, the guy got off.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, you should always know what you're shooting at, though. It's probably
when I was
good rule of thumb.
when I was in college, one of my best friends kept going to like the neighbor's house like down the street and just like falling asleep on their couch. But luckily they were also college kids, so it was like, not a big deal. And one time he was like blackout drunk and showed up with like chicken wings and was like, "Sorry guys that I always sleep on your couch," and then he just fell asleep on their couch again.
Oh man.
He's like, my house is right next door, but that's way too far.
Yeah.
I brought these chicken wings.
This is just so convenient.
That's funny.
Man.
Speaking of which, we said something and it reminded me of something that I wanted to talk about.
The police.
OnlyFans?
Oh yeah, do we want to talk about that teacher?
Yeah, the Florida.
Yeah,
she wasn't a teacher, right? She's a
Oh
parent.
yeah, she was a parent, but she was banned from school board meetings, right?
Well, because she was like
Yeah.
she helped out.
She was a planner. She would help plan like events for the kids at school
I
and
think she's
stuff.
like a chaperone.
She was a good planner.
Victoria Tracy?
I think she.
Oh, that was her last
Trice?
name. Okay,
Yeah.
so it was
I think she's had a
Victoria.
lot of time in her hands. You know.
A Florida,
Yeah.
something in her hands. A Florida mother has been barred from volunteering at her children's elementary school after district officials became aware of her OnlyFans account.
And
According to
the
the
officials were browsing the internet, huh?
Florida motherfucker. According to Orlando Sentinel, 30-year-old Victoria Snooks Treese was booted from the Orange County Public Schools volunteer program after an anonymous parent informed officials about her not safe for work subscription page. Yeah, that was definitely another mom caught her husband jerking his shit to
Victoria.
Snooks.
The
The Snooks over here.
Was she named after Snooki?
I don't know.
The middle name?
Oh wow!
Oh, they got pictures in there?
Oh, okay, they say mom. She looks like she's fucking.
Well, yeah,
18.
they're elementary school.
She's pretty. Yeah, she's pretty young.
She's like probably in her late 20s.
I mean, given she probably had a kid.
Probably our
early.
age.
Victoria's. Snooks.
Yeah, she probably did have. Probably had a kid at 16, so she's probably
But
fairly young.
I think the
I
thing
think
that
her
we
oldest was 10. They said.
have to ask ourselves is: if this is a man on OnlyFans gaping his asshole and jerking it to a whole bunch of men online, would they do the same thing to him?
I
They'd
hope
probably
so.
just murder. They'd probably just murder him in the street.
Well, here's
I
the
hope
deal.
so.
Like, hey, Jeff, we know you help out a lot and you chaperone, but Molly over there just found your OnlyFans with your anal plugs and your jerk off streams, so you're gonna have to say you can't come anymore.
No, but you're right though. I mean, we brought up before is like how, like who found it,
Yeah.
and how they were like, hey, like I heard that so and so has an OnlyFans. Like you heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you saw. My friend.
I think you're subscribed.
I think you're a member
Yeah.
of Snook.
Release the list.
You're like, it's crazy. It's only $6.99
Drop
a
the
month.
flight log.
Yeah, I don't know. She's something. But I mean, just imagine being a kid in middle school and your mom has an OnlyFans. Like,
Yeah, the moment that's released, you can't go back to that middle school.
Dude, look at that. Mom who makes $150,000 a month from OnlyFans says Catholic school expelled her 3 sons because of her page.
That
See,
makes
that's
sense.
an interesting headline. Catholic school, OnlyFans, $100K a month.
wow.
That's a lot to say all.
There's a lot there.
To say all in one headline.
That's
a loaded
lot
sentence.
of
Yeah.
money.
That's a loaded sentence.
The thing that, like, why would she even
I
care?
mean, it's a Catholic school, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
I
don't know. Sucks for the kids, I guess, but
I'm sure she can find another school. It's private.
yeah.
With that kind of money.
see now this one. She looks older, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She looks like she's trying a little too hard.
yeah, right. Like the stockings and like what is
The
this?
cheek
What are you doing?
blush.
Yeah.
The
What are you
stocking.
doing?
But as it turns out, the mom next door image is exactly what appealed to her followers. I see, there
She's
you
definitely
go.
got the crazy eyes.
Whoa.
Like you could tell from the start.
She's
that-
got
Wait, are you talking about somebody different now?
Yeah,
Oh, there's multiple cases.
yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's a lot.
I think
Her
that-
belly button freaks me the fuck out though. Look at that thing.
Wait, all right, so
It looks like a small butthole. No, it looks like a large butthole.
oh,
Her belly button's blown out. Is what I'm trying to say.
she was born in a hurry. No. What? So what is our take on this other than the obvious comedic?
Yeah,
I think I have to do some
ass-
more research. So I'll probably just head out to the bathroom real fast. And no,
I don't know.
I'll send you the link.
I think it's like, I guess
You
understandable.
can use my subscription.
That I guess it's understandable that people would like question her morals and not want her to be around their kids.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, I
It's I
kind
don't
of agree with that on some
I
level.
think for the Catholic school, they have a more. I feel like their ground for doing that makes more sense than a public school
Yeah.
because I don't know, because you know about it, you just don't want her there. Like she's been doing it the whole time, like she's touching kids.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, what other careers are you not wanting your kids to be around then? Like, are you just going to ask parents what the careers are? And like,
right, like if you have somebody who's like a tobacco executive, like
exactly.
That's like, you can objectively say
Yeah,
that
or like-
morally that's not good because you're killing people.
Or like if their dad is Dick Cheney.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or your father is Alec Baldwin. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
You know?
let's be honest. Alec
True.
Baldwin's probably the man of the year.
Dude,
Yeah.
I just watched Beetlejuice yesterday, and he's like, there's a young Alec Baldwin in that movie.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know
yeah.
if you've ever seen that, but I was like, whoa.
Wait, it was Alec Baldwin, not John Travolta?
No, it's Alec Baldwin.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Like,
Okay.
super young. He's a good-looking guy.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you see him now, you're like, man.
so
Yeah,
this,
no, when I saw that, I remember I was like, freaking just, yeah.
Yeah.
so the Catholic school mom said her earnings went from $150K a month to close to 20 times that since this story broke out.
That's what I was
You
thinking about
called
the
that.
Yeah.
other woman. I was like, yeah, she's probably blowing up on OnlyFans right now. Blowing
Oh.
up her downstairs.
Oh, look at her husband. Yeah, he definitely looks like a cuck.
Yeah. But no, I mean, something I brought up when we were talking earlier is, these people, they, in all the articles, they all call them sex workers. And I just think that's kind of like an insult to people who actually put out, to the women who actually like do the sex work. They like get in there down and dirty.
Yeah.
And these women are just online posting pictures of themselves.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
that's not
just-
sex work. That's just like,
Yeah, dude, I agree, because
like call
The
it
girl-
something else.
the girl who's got to grind on some like old sweaty guy for like, a couple bills.
Yeah.
Like, I have more, not that I have respect for any of them, but I have more respect for her
Yeah.
than I do the girl that's just
Putting
like
in the work.
on a camera. Like, what,
Dude,
you
well,
don't have to do
Plus,
nothing.
it's illegal. Like,
Yeah,
putting
yeah,
it all
right.
out
And
there.
yeah, exactly. These are outlaws.
no, but like what I was saying earlier, the phenomenon of this OnlyFans culture, if I say,
Oh God, are we calling it that?
I don't know.
OnlyFans culture.
I don't know what else to say. Okay, I don't know what else to call it. But, but like the phenomenon of it, like all of a sudden, like it's like an acceptable like way of life where like, if you're like a stripper or a prostitute, it's like shunned upon. And I guess this is kind of shunned upon too. I mean, it still is. But it's like, I'm like you saying, all these people who have these OnlyFans. I know somebody, only one person, and the only reason I know because someone else told me. But, but just the fact that like it's just like
And it's like-
slightly acceptable. I don't know. Like,
Well, yeah, a lot of these people don't even hide it. It's right on their personal, like, Instagrams, Twitters,
Yeah.
Facebooks. Like, they have a link right in their bio. Like, subscribe to my shit.
Yeah.
Watch me.
yeah, no,
It-
it's not like I'm gonna like go up to like some girl that has an OnlyFans and be like, "You're a whore." Like, I don't
I
care.
might
I
do
don't
that.
care about it that much.
I might do that. That
yeah,
sounds
well,
fun.
that sounds like something you do. But
It sounds
I
like
don't,
I'd get a kick
I don't
out of
like
that.
care about it that much, but it's like just like they demand that you like accept it, and they demand that you think of it as some like
Legitimate source of income.
yeah. It's like no, I think that you're fucking useless.
content creators, bro.
Well, it also, so, I mean, I don't want to put all the blame on them, right? Like, cause it's obviously, like, funded by
Consenting adults.
by men, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We don't know
Some
the
lesbians.
Okay.
Some
Well,
lesbians
okay, sure,
have
yeah.
OnlyFans.
Right.
Yeah, you're
No,
not
no,
including
but
the
I'm saying-
V-Days, them, Caesars, and...
I'm saying that there's
It's probably mostly men.
men who say like they would. Well, okay, here's the phenomenon. There's obviously an enormous amount of free porn, right? If you're going to do that, right? But like this is more attractive to some men because on some level it's like a relationship. Can I say that?
Yeah,
Yeah, because they get
I'm-
like some personal.
Right, I might be mistaken, but from how I understand it is like these guys end up like having this really unsettling, like you said, like friendship with these girls. It's
Yeah, so like a infatuation.
in fact, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
infatuation, yeah.
it's weird, man. It's weird. I don't know.
But so it says something about like
It's like
the
pen pals,
men
but one of
culture
them is
too,
on.
like, and
Yeah.
like relationships and like okay, well, like yeah, there's an abundance of like
Sad
free attainable porn, but I prefer to get into this like relationship
Right.
where like I'm giving you money and like there's like some really strange interaction. You know, I don't know. I don't know.
You're absolutely right. It does
There's
say a
something
lot
there.
about the state of men in this country. For
Yeah,
sure.
it does. Like, and I also like wonder if it has a lot to do with like the fact that like people are a lot less like social and like they're like, kind of like people are like pulling back. And this, like, don't forget this happened during kind of happened during COVID.
Well, I just looked it up. So OnlyFans started in 2016. So
Okay,
you
yeah.
got to think 16. What is it now? 2021. So 6 years. Well, 5 years. 2 of those were during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So yeah, you could say almost half of OnlyFans, like their life has, you know, like I'm talking about the actual page.
Yeah.
Has been in COVID. So
Right.
yeah, I think you're onto something in saying that this pandemic and, you know, being locked in your house and isolated definitely has
I think
influenced that.
I think also what I'm saying is that like men are like less like men. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
more like weird unsocial creatures
Simps.
that like would
soy
prefer
boys
to, like,
and simps.
prefer to like pay somebody to like do something for them and instead of like actually be like a man.
Yeah.
I would agree with that to an extent. I think the only, not even pushback, the thing to kind of put in perspective too would be what percentage of this is actual of men, in the sense of out of X amount of men who are in America or in the world, how many men are actually on OnlyFans paying for this? It's probably a small percentage,
Bro,
right?
what are you talking about? Look at the numbers.
But I mean, still,
Yeah,
but
it
just
is.
Yeah,
I
pull up the
mean, or
numbers.
is there like there's not 10 guys like with billions of dollars?
No, of course, but I'm just saying it's still a ton of people, but it's a ton of people out of a ton of people. I
Yeah, out
guess.
of 350. Well, out of 100.
Oh my god.
75 million.
OnlyFans has more than 50 million registered users and more than 1 million content creators.
Damn.
Wow, so it's actually more content creators than users, right?
No,
Wait, say it
50
again.
million users, 1 million creators.
Oh, I think it's 100 million.
50 million users. That's a ton of people. Bro.
Yeah, but how many
Damn.
people? How many men are there in the United States?
175.
Well, dude, 300 divided by 2, so yeah, roughly 175. So,
Was it a third?
That's a
yeah, about a little under
Damn,
a third.
That's fucking insane.
I mean,
that's a lot
yeah.
of people.
That's a
bro.
lot more than I thought it would be, but
Like, a
at the
ton.
same time,
Oh, wait, now I have it. Wait.
okay.
More than
Fake
170 million people use OnlyFans. 500,000 new users join OnlyFans every day.
Holy shit.
There are more than 1.2 million content creators on OnlyFans. It's possible to make
That's
more than
worldwide,
2
though, right?
million a month on OnlyFans. I'm not sure. Yeah, I would imagine.
I give up.
OnlyFans has paid out more than $2 billion to creators. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
So the obvious answer is we just need to take all of the money from on OnlyFans chicks
Yeah.
to solve world hunger.
To pay for
Oh,
world
that's a
hunger.
good point.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
No. But I still.
Oh, here we go.
Their
Here's
unrealized gains.
Creative solutions.
here's the
on politics
stats
and
on men versus women. 87% male, 10% female.
That's less
3%
than I
unspecified.
thought. I would have said 90-something% male.
all.
Right.
Yeah, I was about to say. I would have thought even more.
But
And 45% of them are in the U.S.
Damn.
well,
Okay,
that's
so
actually
that's-
pretty significant because that means 50%
75 million.
are
Wow.
from out of these states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that means you open to the world market, which makes that number, in my mind, still a big number. But I think it still stays true that it's still
60% of OnlyFans social traffic comes from Twitter. Average member age is 29. Average subscriber age is 35 to 44.
so it's older men.
yeah,
Average income is 42,000
that's
for
a
a
lot
year.
of money.
For users?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
No, not users. The
Average income.
creators.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I meant, sorry.
OnlyFans average income. Wait, what is
Wonder,
it?
does
Average
it say what the
income-
median income is?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Average income of subscribers globally
of
is
subscribers.
42,000 a year.
So it's like your middle
OnlyFans
class
average income is only 150 a month. But that's, you know,
out of what, a million? So that's their-
OnlyFans had that's 100,000 millions, 2.25 billion visits from February to July.
But I think another good thing about OnlyFans, no, but we can actually take from it is it's a really good look on a
Resume?
resume for your future job, and if you're guys from like a free market standpoint, right? If we're going to go back to a free market, this is a pretty, almost as free as it gets. Up until recently when OnlyFans was thinking about getting rid of like pornography. For
I don't think they were ever really thinking about that.
No, you don't.
Funny.
But still, this is a market where without any startup really, besides just having a computer that can connect to the internet, a camera of some sorts, if you want to do live or just take pictures, and you can make an account, you can publicize yourself in however you want, try to get visitors, try to get people to pay for you, and you can make millions, $100,000 a month.
I'm gonna make an OnlyFans where I just read Murray Rothbard books.
That's funny you bring that up. I seen an article recently that there's some guy who teaches like advanced mathematics on Pornhub.
That's awesome.
He has a channel and he just does like math. He just teaches math on Pornhub.
Well, you always see those like when the new movies used to come out, and
and they put them on Pornhub,
right?
But it's a pretty smart idea, right? Because
who's gonna look at Pornhub for?
Yeah, it's not like
pirated
YouTube
movies.
who's like specifically looking for that kind of thing. They're not looking for that. So, one thing worth mentioning, and I think it's a very small percentage of the creators on OnlyFans, but OnlyFans, obviously, we kind of alluded to that saying that they were going to ban like pornography and stuff, but it's not just a porn website. Obviously, that's what most people use it for, but a lot of people it's almost like Twitch. Like you can...
It's like a, what is it called? A Patreon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. There's people who do art on there. There's people who do whatever. Yeah, mainly porn, I'm sure, but...
Oh yeah, I think
I'm
that's
sure
the
porn's the big
dominating
market.
The
Art,
dominating
porn,
Yeah, right.
math, porn.
At least I think... Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? Because, they were talking about...
I think Chris does reading books on there, so...
Yeah, I do Bible study on there.
What percentage of OnlyFans creators are porn? Let's see.
Dead air.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh man. I think a good topic to jump off this for many reasons would be Daddy D trying to give some new popos $5,000 for coming to Florida.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
I brought this up last
that
week.
was.
I know, but it's on our
Well,
notes.
no. Last week was when he gave the bonus to people already working here. This week he's saying if you leave your state and come to our state, we will give you a $5,000 sign-on bonus, basically.
Right.
I mean, listen, we have a lot of police in Florida.
Some would say too much.
I think we have a lot of police in Florida.
However many
guess we
number
don't have
of
enough.
cops we have in Florida, that's how many we have.
too many
too
of.
many. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. That's interesting. Daddy D's he's bringing everything to Florida. He's just like, come on down.
Yeah.
You're the next contestant on Gator Tales.
Yeah, make Florida great again. But I think one thing I looked at this and kind of got from it was, where does that $5,000 come from?
You know exactly where it comes
Us.
from.
I know. So I was thinking, what would be a better incentive? Obviously, a $5,000 is just a nice number to put out because it's money. People like money, and you can have it. But would it be you don't pay property taxes? That'd be awesome.
Right.
I think just the fact that you don't have to live in your shithole
That should be good enough too.
Democratic stronghold state should be enough.
But just because,
Yeah.
again,
Really?
the way I looked at this was, yeah, this is great if you're looking at it as a Daddy D doing something that people are probably going to be for, because he's saying, hey, if you don't like the mandates in your state, you come here, and if you're a police officer and you want to be part of our state, we'll give you $5,000. That's awesome, right? Yeah, in a sense, cool. But for me, it's like, no, because that's my tax money. So I don't want you using my tax money for that. Because I don't want you to have my tax money. But then I was thinking, what other ways could you do this that may be more beneficial and could be a way of doing something, but if you do it this way, could be more mainstream, I guess, in the sense of, again, no property tax, right? You come here, you're a police officer, you buy a house, you don't pay property taxes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
At least for a certain amount of time.
that is
or
huge.
Something.
Well, I that's what I thought too. That's probably what they would go for, right? 5 years, you don't pay property taxes.
Right.
My thing would be don't pay property taxes at all. One, because why are you paying? Obviously,
Why
taxes.
is anybody? Right?
I mean, why would
Do I
someone
not
who
own
gets
my
paid-
land?
Why would someone who gets paid salary in taxes pay taxes?
Right.
Like, it honestly
But
doesn't really make sense.
My
but-
thinking was, if they did that, then it's already something they do. Then maybe we could work on it,
expanding it.
expanding it, which is
Yeah.
always something you want to do with politics because they do it in the opposite way, right?
Mhm.
They take away your liberties, and it's more precedent to take away more liberties.
Yeah. My thing is, I don't really want the cops that needed the incentive to come here. I want the cops that are coming here because they're getting forced out, because they want to come here, because they're like, oh shit, Florida's happening right now, and they're doing all the things that I like.
yeah,
So
not
I
they're
wanna
going to
go
give
to
me
Florida.
$5,000.
Yeah, not the cops that are like, oh, I'm going to go get a free $5,000. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
it's really not that much money.
It's
to
really not that much
transition
either.
your life into a whole entirely different state.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean,
that's true.
you can buy probably a decent amount of cocaine with it.
It basically pays for your move.
When in Rome.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it pays for.
Yeah, it pays for the moving truck.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, he thinks, or some statistic believes that we're short on police officers. And he's
That's
looking
total
at
bullshit. I think.
it. I think.
I'm with Nick on this one. I think any number above 1 is probably too much.
We just
State
need
run police, at least.
We just need a Florida cop.
Yeah.
Just one.
Which is one cop.
We need a Florida man.
He's everywhere at once.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of from this go to that. You brought up, was it a county in Florida or was it somewhere else besides Florida? Talking about getting rid of misdemeanor.
No, that was in Pittsburgh or something.
Oh yeah, Philadelphia. They're going to be the first
terrible
US
fucking city. Never go to Philadelphia.
Yeah, first U.S. city that they're going to ban cops from pulling people over for like minor traffic infractions.
I love how they always like vaguely word it too. Like, what does that even
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
That means nothing to me.
Just go on to the Philadelphia website, look up what the definition of misdemeanor traffic violations, and you'll know. Because
my idea was like they'll stop pulling people over for going like 30 over the speed limit, but they're still going to pull people over for having tinted windows.
Right.
Philadelphia could be the first city to abolish taxes, and I still never move there.
Yeah,
Fucking shit city.
yeah, never.
It smells like shit.
Yeah, even the founding fathers dreaded going there for those fucking
Ugh.
constitutional conventions. They're like, I gotta go to that shithole again.
Like, I know this is a joke
God
that's been
damn
made
it.
many times, but Philadelphia's hero is fucking fake. It's Sylvester Stallone and
Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, like you don't even have anything to
There's a
fame.
big ass statue of Rocky Balboa, like right downtown.
What a fucking losers.
Yeah, I know.
They do have the cheesesteak though, which
Yeah.
I'd argue has been done better in other states.
Yeah, I could
Probably, yeah.
I could probably make a better cheesesteak.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Wawa's cheesesteak is probably
Yeah,
better.
it is pretty good.
Well, that's shit.
I mean, that's New Jersey, so I guess it's pretty close.
Yeah.
You guys are making me
Wawa's
hungry.
big in Pennsylvania too,
Too, really?
Mm.
Yeah, well,
but it's originally from New Jersey.
yeah. Pennsylvania.
You know what else is big in Pennsylvania? Killing your neighbor for throwing snow on your yard.
Oh god, that was
Oh,
hilarious.
man.
I mean, that's probably the most understandable thing I've heard in my life.
Well, that's that one really gnarly video, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't
that
you
was
ever see
fun.
it?
No,
Oh.
I don't want to watch
We
it.
You
talked
don't.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't. It's a rough one, dude.
I don't know if
Yeah.
that one's
Yeah.
gnarly.
but yeah.
It
Seen a lot of
lasts-
videos, and that one was like,
It lasts way too long,
Chris is like, oh god, I can't watch this any longer.
but I can't look.
I
away.
watched it multiple times. I'm not gonna lie to you guys,
Oh.
but from a content standpoint, it had like everything you would want from one of those kind of videos. You know,
yeah.
nothing's left to like. You know, there's no bloat. It was just straight content. Like
Oh god.
there wasn't a second of that video that you could have cut out that would have been justified.
Oh god. I'm good. I pass on that one. I will pass on that one.
Yeah, that was a gnarly one.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Nick send each other some pretty fucked up videos.
We do.
sometimes.
Yeah. I only got my only speeding ticket I ever gotten was in the state of Pennsylvania.
I almost got arrested for racing.
I'll never go back to that
Home
state.
from school.
In Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
No, for me that was my speeding ticket in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
I'm literally in a highway
Um,
that goes between I think Ohio and pretty much Philly, which is nothing out there.
I thought Ohio was a conspiracy theory. I didn't think that it actually existed.
It's
Yeah,
really
it's not a real
just
state.
inbred white people, and there's like 2 big cities.
Okay.
It's nice though, but
I'm convinced it doesn't exist. It's not a
well,
real
their
place,
two big
but-
cities are named after my favorite people: Christopher Columbus and Cincinnatus.
Cincinnati. I will say, out of all the big cities, which Columbus is, you could say it's a big city, but it's not huge. It's not a New York, or it's not even a Philly, but it's pretty freaking clean.
Yeah, I've heard
Pretty
good
nice.
things about. Honestly, I had a friend that lived in Cincinnati, and he loved it too. Yeah,
Never been to
I don't
Cincinnati.
know. It doesn't exist, so.
Yeah, it's just a cornfield.
But
I'll let them,
pretty close.
I was gonna say the Pennsylvania state troopers are like known for being hard asses.
Yeah, they're
in
dicks,
the
man.
Northeast.
Georgia,
And,
Georgia too.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never had any problems
The
with Georgia.
radar detectors are illegal in Pennsylvania, and if they catch you with one, they'll literally fucking like smash it in front
Oh,
of you,
jeez.
and
Oh,
then
wow.
like take you to jail.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should just burn Pennsylvania to the ground.
What is their justification for making that illegal? I mean, besides the obvious, like
Besides
Because
the
it
fact
makes
that
their job obsolete. Yes.
Because there literally is probably like 2 highways. And if you just use them as highways, they probably don't get any speeding fines.
I mean, you can't
didn't.
go that fast on the Pennsylvania Turnpike anyways, because it's just like pothole after pothole.
sounds like a challenge to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, damn, I was thinking something. Didn't Daddy D do something else this past week? Oh, he's
suing the Biden administration for
Yeah.
vaccine mandate on
This is
federal
actually-
contractors.
Oh, we get into a little vaccine talk.
yeah.
Oh, we kind of already were talking about it.
COVID. But, I think, I'm apparently the podcast Desantis hater. But, this is probably one of the better things, obviously it's like a Florida thing, but since he's the governor of Florida, he's the one that's the mainstay of it. It's probably the better things he's done lately, I would say. Because this is really where, if you're going to get into the way our government works, which is we have to look at it 'cause it's what we have currently, even though if we don't want it, this is the best way we have to combat what the federal government's been doing. And the fact that he's doing is great.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's.
Yeah. Wow.
I know, right?
It's
Let me make sure we're recording.
It's for the.
I'm waiting for
It's
Boogie to be
specifically
like,
for the federal contractors, right?
Well, yeah, this is, but
The thing is, I have like very little sympathy for them in the first place.
Exactly.
yeah, right.
I'm just like, I don't care. Get your vaccine, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, but like Northrop Grumman, the only reason I knew about this is because I have a buddy who works for.
He says it will walk away from cluster bomb contract.
Oh, that's not what I was looking at, but that's anyway.
Like, okay, please do.
Yeah.
It's just for
But no, a lot of the government contractors in Melbourne, like Raytheon and
the
Northrop
space
Grumman.
too. I think NASA too is.
I'm not sure if NASA did, but there's quite a few up there. Northrop Grumman's obviously one of them, but they all planned a walkout, basically. I think Harris was one of them, because they're all government contractors, so they fall within that,
It's a really smart move politically on his part too, because those companies are like a huge
Massive.
part of like, especially like, I mean, you see Palm Bay is like, I mean, it would be nowhere near that big and like
That's
bustling
why
if it wasn't for those contractors.
That's why Vieira exists
right.
for the medical and the defense contractors that
yeah,
exist
right.
in Melbourne.
Oh no, for sure.
Yeah. Well, like
They're like, we're
you just
tired
said.
of this trailer trash fucking town. Let's make our own town.
Vieira is gorgeous.
Yeah, Vieira
I think the average income in Vieira is like 175,000 or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
At least.
It's like all the
nice.
government money.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, that's why you got to go up there and get that what's it called, the Cantillon effect, where the first people get the government money benefit, and then it just kind of like dissipates from there. You got to get like the secondhand Cantillon effect from the people in Palm Bay.
That's it.
Yeah, so here's a complete list of all the defense and aerospace government contractors: Northrop Grumman, L3 Harris, Collins Aerospace, and Lockheed Martin.
Those are all in
Florida.
Yeah.
That's how people in the Northeast say Florida. Like,
But based on this picture, it doesn't look like they had a large turnout.
No.
there's like 5 people holding a sign.
Yeah, a little bit more than that. There's probably like 20.
Oh, they've
people
got
there,
a
but-
"Don't Tread on Me" flag.
They don't have the
Gadsden
fucking
flag.
Gator one though. The Daddy D.
Yeah, the Daddy D Gator flag. That was pretty funny. Don't tread on Florida, but it was a gator instead of a. Did
Yeah.
we bring that up last episode?
Yeah, we
think we
did.
did,
yeah.
And
Alright,
then
scratch that.
Bookie went on to continue to tell tell us how bad he is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a politician. But, yeah, I'm excited to see what happens with this. I would assume he would win because, like we've spoken about before in the podcast, even though they're government contractors or even the government employees and at that state, you know, they're your boss. This is still a thing that you don't really see too often, especially within the circumstances that the COVID vaccine has been put into, where this has never happened before, you know? We've never had even though I don't care about how fast the vaccine comes out, it's more of how long it's been out and it's being forced upon people versus something that's been around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And they're just now, I forget who posted it, but it was something like, after 3 shots, I still have to wear a mask, social distance, and might get the disease.
Yeah.
Then they just announced the booster, the 4th booster.
Yeah.
It's been out for like 2 months now, and only about 5% of the population has gotten it.
Okay. Well, I was just morbidly curious. December 11th was the first day that the COVID-19 vaccine was eligible to the public. So that means in less than a year, we need there's now 4 boost. Well, including the first, the first two. There's now 2 boosters that are required. Mm-hmm. But they keep telling us how effective
to be
this
considered
is.
Fully vaccinated, and that's the thing. Like the
keep moving
goalposts will never stop moving. It will always continue. I mean, it's like it's a flu shot. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Except it's like
it's actually worse than a flu shot.
Well,
yeah. It's
Exactly.
a seasonal flu shot,
Right?
but not annual.
Yeah, exactly. It's like what is it that it's called when? Oh, it's an endemic virus, right? Where it's gonna keep coming back in seasons, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
They just got to keep that fear long enough until the next spike, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, and then it'll be Florida's fault. By the way, Florida has the lowest case rate in all of the U.S., including Alaska and Hawaii.
Gangster.
Yeah, and the media doesn't talk about that though.
Yeah.
But
No,
as
they
soon
don't.
as we spike again, it's
We'll
gonna be
be the-
Florida's the fucking just killing everyone.
Yeah, Daddy D's the
Everyone's
Grim
dropping-
Reaper.
Yeah,
Yeah, they come
I'm surprised there hasn't. That's how you know the left can't meme. They haven't made a Daddy D Grim Reaper meme yet.
out. Yeah, true. They
That'd
can't,
be such an easy meme. That's
They
like
can't
the
meme.
perfect
I
layout.
wonder if anybody's done the math on it and how many people in Florida
2
have not gotten COVID yet. Because eventually it's just going to run through everybody.
I have not.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is
Me neither.
everybody's gonna.
Well,
get
we don't
it.
think we have.
It's,
Yeah. Well, obviously, even if you guys never get it, there's going to be those people who just, for whatever reason, will never have it. But we've had
Superhumans. What can we say, Cam?
we've had one medium spike, which is last year, or last year. We had that large spike that was this year. So I mean, how many more spikes can we get?
At this point, it's just like herpes for me. I'm like, I'm going to get it eventually.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of waiting.
Like, I don't shower; it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested to see if I have had it.
I keep saying I want to go and, give blood because I guess apparently they'll do like the free.
Yeah, the antibiotic.
Antibiotic test.
But if my body was meant to give blood, I'd have like a reservoir that I could open and close. So
Fucking
I'm not
blood
gonna
giving.
do that.
yeah, I've never given blood either. I feel a little guilty.
I did one time for extra credit in a class.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
No, I do it often.
Oh, shut the
probably
fuck
should.
up.
I'm virtue signaling over here.
Yeah, you are.
I give blood often,
You O negative. Negative?
dude. I
O negative?
I'm O negative. Yeah, I'm O negative.
I'm just O negative.
I'm O negative.
I give double plasma.
What can I say? I get double plasma. Anyways, but I had a guy one time. He was like, yeah, I don't give blood. I'm like, okay. He's like, aren't you gonna ask me why? I'm like, why? And he's like, and he had this huge conspiracy theory about like how the blood goes to like the vampires who like drink. Oh, dude, it was out of hand.
He might be
There's
right.
people like that,
For sure.
I'm like, I just
One
want
of
I just want my snack and my free T-shirt.
Yeah. One of the guys who does like the, I think he goes to like the Bible thing at the cafe.
Oh, I don't know.
He's got a walker anyway. Anyway, he was in there one time and I think I was in there with, I don't remember who I was in there with, but he overheard me talking to whoever I was with about, just the vaccine and stuff. And he was like, yeah, it's all going to plan, or it's all, it's all part of their plan.
Yeah.
And, he was hoping I'd ask, like, oh, what's the plan? And I didn't. And I just kind of chuckled. And he's like, aren't you going to ask me what the plan is?
Oh, no.
And I was like, nope, I'm not. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, dude, you get him going, man.
I know. That's why I was like, I'm not doing it.
There's definitely a sect of, like, Christianity that, like, really gets into those, like, conspiracy theories.
We're, like, always in the end times.
Always.
According to them.
Always in the end times. And, like, yeah. Oh, my God.
They'll always point to, like, one sentence in the Bible and be like, see!
Yeah. Yeah. But they gloss over the fact that, like, it says you'll never actually know exactly when that time is.
Right. And they think they're smarter than, like...
Yeah. They're like, oh, it's happening right now. It's all going down, And you're like, oh,
it's like,
man.
just based off the fact that it's going down, doesn't that mean it's not?
Probably not happening.
Based on, the scripture.
Oh, yeah. I don't get involved in any of that. Every time someone tries to pull me into that, I'm like...
Don't have time, sorry.
Yeah, go read the red letters and be full of love. I don't want to hear about your, like, nonsense,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. There are a lot of those that, like, really get towed into that.
Oh, yeah.
QAnon, like some of the legitimately crazy stuff.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, no, for sure. Yeah, there's actually one in town. It's like they're like a radio show. And they're, like, bad, dude.
Really?
Oh, yeah, they're bad. They're, like, get on some
We should invite them on. We should have them on.
Yeah.
Dude, that'd be great.
We could do the conspiracy episode. A lot of my friends have been like, dude, you guys should do a conspiracy
Welcome
episode.
to the Q podcast.
I'm like, no, we shouldn't. Thanks for your input, but fuck you.
If I did a conspiracy episode, it'd just be conspiracies that made up on the dot.
On the dot.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we've said we were going to do a conspiracy episode, though.
Yeah, we did, but...
Well, I mean, some of it is interesting and funny and whatever.
I feel like that's one we would have to, like, really do some research on and put it together.
I feel like the less research, the
better.
Bucky does all the research.
Well, isn't that the fun of a conspiracy where you can just get people to, like,
just make up shit as you go?
Just buy into it and they're like, yeah. And then the next time you're like walking around and you hear somebody talking about it and you're like, yeah, you'll believe anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll believe anything.
Yep. So what do we think? Did the Holocaust really happen?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, if you do the math and it burns 24/7, I hate that argument so much.
The amount of trains he'd have to run, the amount of diesel, and
they're like going into the logistics of it.
The petroleum usage, the efficiency of the train cars.
Christ. Like if you're going that deep, like just say it. You hate Jews. Like,
just say it. Let's just be honest here.
Yeah. Look, man.
You're not really into conspiracy theories, are you?
You just want a reason to not like them.
Yeah. Well, it is interesting that there's we're totally okay with people having like skepticism. Like we encourage skepticism. Like you shouldn't just believe everything you hear, obviously, because a lot of it is fake news. But the fact, but there's like a balance to that. Like that you look at something and you actually intelligently like look into the information and people want to believe that there's like this huge elaborate story about like this. I don't think like fill the gaps with nonsense. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of that and the fact that like I think it's hard for people to come to grips with the fact that like sometimes it's just that people are that stupid.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the political stuff, like, they want to turn it into... Was that a child? Is there a child in your backyard?
There's a baby in the woods.
Yeah. It's a baby or it's
the baby of the woods.
The baby of the woods.
Chimera.
Chimera?
It's probably trying to lure us in.
Probably. I'm not going out
there. It's a siren.
Send the dog.
Send
the dogs.
It's a land siren.
Yeah. Send the dogs.
Tear him up, Rufus.
Yeah, is the homeless. Bookie's homeless man that's in a dog costume. Has you guys fooled.
Just gets free food and pets.
We should skin Rufus to find out for sure.
when he passes, we can.
Yeah, we'll autopsy him.
I'm gonna stuff him. So
that's strange, but I appreciate it. I like
keep
that.
him around.
Yeah. You should just mount his head like a European mount. Just have him like up on the wall somewhere on like a plaque.
Yeah,
right above my bed.
Yeah,
That'd be so
Lexi
weird.
would love that.
She would eat it.
She's gonna listen to this and be pissed at me for saying that.
After you just said that, I'm pretty sure my mom's grandpa, like my great grandpa, had a stuffed dog in his living room, and I'm pretty sure it was like his dog.
Bro, for a second, I thought you were about to say your great grandfather stuffed somewhere.
He's like this, watching TV all day. He's
like that is taking it to a whole new level.
He's like, put the wheel of fortune on. He likes the wheel of fortune.
No, he's Price is Right guy.
Price is Right. All right.
Price is Right.
Bob Barker, Price is Right though. I don't think he cares for Drew much.
Yeah, he's not. He's better on Whose Line Is It for sure.
Oh, that was a great show.
I agree.
It was a good show, wasn't it?
It was. All right, we're getting sidetracked. What else we got to talk about?
I think Florida is falling apart. The infrastructure.
Yeah, but Chris had some good input about that.
Well, Florida had a C, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And I mean, if you look at the rest of the states had like C minus, D plus. Like Florida was actually kind of like up at the top.
So we're the half retarded kid within the retarded classroom.
Yeah, and
this is the infrastructure grade.
But
yeah,
I looked at it, and you probably get into it more. So this is an infrastructure grade on the overall infrastructure within Florida, and it covers like more than I think infrastructure would cover.
Yeah,
right?
I'm
like
stormwater. Yeah, there's a lot in here about what it all covers.
Levees, dams, bridges. So bridges were actually rated really good in Florida.
And so maybe that's why the national average is low, because it encompasses so much.
Right, yeah, it does. But yeah, so the national average was like a C minus or something like that. But yeah, I mean, so this is the ASCE, which is the American Society of Civil Engineers, that puts out this report card every year. And, I mean, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, because this group, I mean, they're like any other, society like this. They're politically motivated. They want to funnel more money into, civil engineering. So they're always going to say that the infrastructure is not good enough and it needs to be improved, right? That's kind of the way I look at it. And I'm a member of this society because I'm a civil engineer, and they're the society in the country, and they have a lot of great resources. But I mean, I've been getting a lot of emails from them about how they're like upset that the infrastructure bill isn't going through, and they're like blaming certain people, and
yeah, I'm sure they got a hard on for that bill, huh?
Yeah, and it's like, guys, have you even looked at this bill? Like, it's not. Yeah, like 90% of it isn't infrastructure.
It's like, hey, we'll take whatever we get.
Yeah, exactly. Like they'll push for every infrastructure bill every year, no matter what.
We'll see the.
Well, yeah, this article here, if you scroll down to the bottom of it, the basically like concluding statement is primarily there are problems with funding our infrastructure, said Kathleen Ruverick with the American Society of Civil Engineers Florida section. Residents can use the report card particularly with their neighborhood association and their churches, and being involved with their children's schools. And yeah, so, and this is something me and Chris talked about on the way over here. It's like if you set the standard so high and you give everybody like a suboptimal grade, it's just good justification to request more funding.
Yeah, an A, like, so I was looking at the grading criteria, and an A, like, it basically has to be like, it has to be better than the technology that we have. like
space technology?
Yeah, it has to be like super space alien technology.
Like floating bridges.
Yeah. So.
I believe that. I was wondering, I'm like, what, like, how do I, like, what are these grades?
Yeah.
Yeah, like stuff that came out like last year, like it's impossible for that to be implemented.
I think in the U.S. they gave like as a total, like overall, they gave rails a B, and they gave ports a B minus, which is funny because ports are like fucking fucked right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the infrastructure is bad, but like it's still kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then rails, like, I mean, in my experience, the rail system in the US is not very good. I mean, in New York, it was pretty bad. And, yeah, I don't know. The Amtrak hasn't been updated since like the 70s or 80s. So I don't know what they're grading that based on. But.
Yeah, I'm on infrastructurereportcard.org, and the average across the country was a C minus, so we're technically above average.
And also, that would make sense just based on the age of Florida too. We're one of the youngest states.
Right.
You know, most towns here aren't even a little over 100 years old. So our infrastructure is, you know, relative to like a Pennsylvania shit.
Yeah, like
state.
a bridge is built to last 50 years, so typically.
Why can't they just make it last for 200 years?
Expensive.
It's one of those things where like, nah, we'll just do it for 50.
Yeah, it's always like it's a trade-off between like how long it's going to last and how much it's going to cost. So you're just like you're compromising on materials to try and make it affordable, and then or like on the size of it or something to make it affordable, and then so you gotta. But usually they're aiming for 50 years as the lifespan of the bridge.
Off the top of the head, do you know the last time the 17th bridge was redone? Because since they're redoing it right now.
No, I don't know.
Probably right.
I don't know.
50 years,
I don't know when any of the bridges around here were built.
They just redid
look
the one by up in Sebastian during Hurricane Dorian. I
Oh,
believe.
the big
or
like
just before.
The Obasa one?
The one over the inlet?
Yeah.
Oh, the
the
one.
big tall one.
Oh, on the inlet?
Yeah, that one
goes
has
to the
some.
main.
That one actually has some major structural problems, and they're like irreparable problems.
Nice.
And so they have to keep. It's actually like a pretty high maintenance cost for that bridge. They've repaired it.
Really?
I'm sure you guys have noticed they've repaired it a lot of times
yeah.
over the past couple of years, and that's why is because there's like some serious like faults with that bridge, and they have to keep.
Does it have to do with it being so freaking steep?
Maybe I don't know.
Dude, that thing is
There's
like,
something wrong with it though, where it's like
Yeah.
it's not a good design and it's not sustainable, and they're gonna have to replace it at some point.
I believe it.
And they just keep paying to like patch it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my boss told me. She
What
knows
state do
more
you think
about
has
that.
the best grade?
Which what? State?
What state? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just asking you. What do you guys think? Like, what would your guess be?
South Dakota. Because they have no infrastructure.
What the hell is South Dakota on here?
It's like the lower square one in the top. It's Arizona, you dumbass.
I know. I'm just clicking.
Is it a map or is it in a list of names?
It's just a map. I'm just clicking. to see.
I'm pretty sure the best.
It's weird though
was
because
a
it
C.
has grades for some of them, but not
Yeah.
others. See, like there's no
Right.
grade here.
If you go to the paragraph though, it
Go
tells
there.
you. It tells you in that paragraph, like first sentence, what it is.
Control
does?
F, South Dakota.
See, Georgia has a C+. They were pretty decent.
I think that's the high. I've been like while we've been talking about this, I've just been
that's
clicking.
the highest actually. I
Again,
went through all of them earlier.
'cause-
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
you did?
Georgia was
What
the
infrastructure does Georgia have?
highest. Yeah, I know, right? It's
They
like
just have
one
roads.
highway.
Yeah.
Yeah, roads.
The KKK chapter buildings.
Beautiful mountains. That's all they have.
yeah.
Um,
What is
New
Alaska?
York,
right?
New York was like a D+.
Yeah, I
sure.
believe that.
That place is...
Alaska, C
Yeah,
minus.
and also like
Hawaii.
all those Northeast states, dude. Like all the roads suck. Like they'll be there for 5 years and there'll just be potholes everywhere. It's horrible.
With all the snow and the salt and everything.
Yeah, it takes
The
a toll.
garbage. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
there's
a lot
really
harder
only
to
so much
maintain.
you can do with that shit.
Yeah.
Just move out of there.
For sure. Yeah, the best thing to do is just move.
Just move and burn it.
Yeah.
Speaking of burning things, you guys
Are you
look
talking
at...
about Sherman burning Georgia? Oh.
No. We don't speak of
And they
that.
still have a C+.
All right. He might have saved them, actually.
Yeah, it's a fresh start.
Yeah. But, you guys look into the speeding cameras for school zones
I seen that.
in Florida?
I thought that the Supreme Court ruled that is not.
Constitutional or whatever?
Yeah, because you have to be able to face your accuser, and how can you face a camera?
They may have, but this is...
With your
Apparently,
pants down.
this is something that's been
On OnlyFans.
put through a lot throughout the past couple of years. So
Yeah.
the two people who are doing it now, I wrote it down. So if anybody's listening, this is a Florida law that's trying to be passed through the House and the state legislator, which would set up just speeding cameras. So like supposedly like we have at our stoplights. This would be at school zones. So if you go over 10 miles per hour, they take a picture and send you a ticket.
Yeah, but so right now they don't do that, right?
Where
I mean, they have cameras everywhere,
supposedly,
Yeah,
but
they
you don't
can't
get
send-
they don't
right.
send you tickets.
like they don't have the money to keep them functional 24/7.
Is that
But
what
that's
it
why
is?
they don't send you
Well,
tickets.
Yeah,
in
part of it.
in Washington D.C., there's like speed cameras on all the highways, like everywhere, and they make like $500,000 a year or some shit from that.
Wow.
Just that alone, yeah.
Dang.
What happened to anonymous?
It's like
dude?
they don't even have to pay cops; they just have cameras set up.
So the two politicians who are trying to pass this to Florida are the Senator Anna Maria and Representative Nicholas Durin, both from Miami.
Classic.
Yeah.
Dude,
Well, keep those speed
because
cameras
in Miami, they would make $1 billion.
Yeah,
Because
Sure.
those people drive like absolute schmucks.
Well,
dude,
that's
it's
true.
insane.
That is true.
People think that like I-95 means you drive 95 miles an hour.
Yo, dude.
That's not what it means.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's the same thing in any big town you get to, and the people, the locals, know how to get from point A to point B like super fast.
Yeah.
If you're just like a tourist going through there, or even like someone who goes there only a couple times a year,
Yeah.
and there's like going 80 and you're just trying to figure out where the next exit is.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it's tough because, like, it takes an hour to drive, like, 20 miles in the city.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, on the one hand, you kind of understand why they're flying, but then on the other hand,
You're
it's
like,
like,
hey,
dude,
come on, man.
please don't kill me.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. I'm like, you're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
Because you're a schmuck. You're gonna kill me.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Because you're trying to get home 5 minutes faster.
Yeah.
That's the thing, too, is
That's-
have you ever, like, put your GPS on and then, like, really push the limit to see how low you can drop your ETA?
It takes like maybe 3 minutes.
it doesn't matter.
It literally, you can fly for an hour and it'll take 2 minutes off. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not...
It's not worth it.
Yeah,
It's
it's,
the
not
s-
worth
No
it.
way.
It's something with to do with, you guys probably know more than me, but once you get over 60, you would have to like, double that speed to actually make a dent?
Right, yeah. To actually, like, make a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Which,
I'm
hey,
normally going at
challenge
least
accepted.
120, so I think it works for me.
Yeah, it's funny too because we're saying that and you hear people like, "Oh, I get there in so and so time." I'm like, "You're a liar.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're lying to my face."
Exactly.
Like that's not possible unless you're literally
I was,
driving a race car.
when I was going to my test, as I was leaving, I realized that on the sheet it said so the test was at 8, so I was going to get there like 7:35, 7:40. And I realized on the sheet it said report there at 7:15. So I was like, fuck. So then I took off like at exactly the right time I had to leave to be there at 7:15. And I was flying on the turnpike, the Florida Turnpike, like probably 90 miles an hour the whole way. And I literally got there at like 7:13. Like,
Yeah, right.
It was like, it didn't cut like any time
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
So that's about the turnpike is definitely less cops on the turnpike.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because you
less.
pay for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're like, you paid for it. Go whatever speed you want.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, I thought this was interesting with the school,
When we grew
cameras.
up, we didn't have those school zones and shit. Cars drove regular
No,
speed.
we
li-
did.
No,
No,
not-
we've always had school zones. What are you talking about? No?
no, absolutely not. When I went to Pelican Island Elementary School, there was no school zones. Cars went the regular speed limit all through
look it
there.
up right now. When were school zones
Yeah,
in place
yeah.
in Florida?
Look that up.
Because I always remember school zones.
Yeah,
But
maybe not. though.
I don't
know.
want school zones if we want to talk about that. I think it's a waste of my time to go 20 miles per hour.
I
So
agree.
some little shit can dance in the middle of the road while I wait.
2008.
Really?
Wow. That
Thanks,
makes sense.
Obama.
Is that? Wow. Why do I?
Establishment of school zone for any new.
Well, here's the thing, bro. You don't remember him because you weren't driving.
Well, true.
Yeah.
But I remember being in the car.
Yeah, I, in the car, I just like zoned out.
Yeah.
I
was
rode my
sleeping
bike to
half the way.
school, so that's why I remember cars flying by me.
See, and that made you who you are, which is a good person.
Yeah. Well, he
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Kids are coddled. Why would I go 20 miles per hour when I can go 50?
Hey, if you can dodge
Yeah.
a car, you can dodge bullies.
Kids nowadays will never know the feeling of walking to school and getting absolutely soaked by a car going 40 miles an hour and hitting a puddle.
Right?
Good point. Good point. man.
God, man. How many times have you been driving, and you just noticed in your school zone, you just like slam on the brakes?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Not because of a kid in the road, because you would see him, but because you don't want to get a ticket for like $8
Right.
million.
Yeah.
That's the scheme right there. It's a big ticket price.
Yeah, it's like double, right?
Easily, I think.
It doubles. Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
double
they'll throw
fine.
your ass in jail. Throw your ass in prison. With the big dogs.
The big dogs.
What are you looking at, Nick?
That looks like an essay, a
I'm
full
just-
ass essay.
Yeah, I'm just looking up more about this. Yeah, it's 2008.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That's how the government controls you, huh? I thought it was earlier.
It's
than
a
that.
slippery slope.
Yep.
It's like that meme that came out when not too long ago with all the COVID stuff, and it's the James Franco meme where he's on the noose, and it's like when you realize the government's been changed your life forever, and it's the people from 9/11, like since the NSA and all that stuff, like first time here, waiting for the world to go back to normal, and it's the people from after 9/11 they made the Patriot Act and all that kind of stuff. It's never been turned over.
Yeah, exactly. It never goes away.
Nope.
Next thing you know, you're going to have to wear a mask in your car by yourself to go through a school zone.
Yeah,
That's not going to happen.
dude, I was in Orlando, and the amount of people that were wearing masks.
There'll be
just-
signs that say vaccinated only
Yeah.
when you go through a
Dude.
school zone.
It was funny. My hotel I went to, their mask mandate sign was, if you're vaccinated, you must wear a mask. Or no, if you're not vaccinated, you must wear a mask. If you're vaccinated, it's optional. I'm not vaccinated. I didn't wear a mask. They obviously not going to ask you.
Yeah, exactly. That was like at Dillard's.
Really?
Like, yeah. There was a bunch of stores that did that, actually. Like, whenever the CDC made that recommendation that if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. If you aren't, then you do. And it's like, yeah, but how do you think you're going to convince these people to wear masks? The very people who are defying your vaccine mandate. You're going to convince them to wear a mask?
Right,
Dude.
right.
Man, I don't know. I just, the more this has happened, the more it's shown light onto how having these governmental agencies is just such shit, because no matter whatever they do, it gives companies, big and small, the ability to defer to them. Because now it's, hey, Wawa doesn't have to make a policy on do we want people masked or not. We just say, hey, we defer to the CDC. Whatever the CDC says, that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and that's what it says on the door at Wawa. It
Yeah.
says the CDC recommends that.
It's like, fuck, I don't give care shit that what the CDC says.
Right.
You know? It's like
what does the fucking CEO of Wawa says?
Yeah.
That's what I care about.
True.
and it's like this big, again,
Hey, you guys think In-N-Out's going to come here?
fucking hope so.
Was that real?
Not 'cause I like it, but-
it
Yeah,
was-
the
it was
CFO of
written-
Florida or whatever.
No, but it was someone posted a picture of a In-N-Out cup, and on the bottom,
Oh.
around the inside of the rim, it said "Let's go, Brandon."
That's probably fake.
What? I did not see that.
Yeah, I don't
Unless-
know if it was photoshopped or if it was real.
Unless
but-
there's some factory worker
yeah,
just like fucking getting it in.
Southwest pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that one.
it's probably fake.
Yeah,
But
I don't know.
what was it?
Wait, what's fake?
Oh, there it
Let's
is.
go, Brandon, on
You
the
see
bottom
it?
of the cup.
To the right?
Where's my finger? To the right?
Yeah, to the right, and up. To the right.
To the right.
That one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's,
Oh shit, that looks
and
pretty
it
real.
looks
but-
like a real photo.
Yeah. Oh wow, In-N-Out is a religious company?
Yeah, slightly.
I didn't
Oh,
know
wow.
I
that.
think on the bottom of their cups they have what?
John 3:16.
Yeah.
They have
What is that? Do you know that scripture? Off the top
Oh
of your
yeah.
head?
What is
yeah,
it?
that's the one that
What is
says
it?
you'll be saved if you're a believer, right? Or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What, a believer in In-N-Out burgers?
No,
No, that's for God sent his only forgotten son to die on the cross for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, I didn't know that, but why what is like, why is that like the most popular?
No, I think
yeah,
they-
that's
John
like a,
3:16.
Yeah.
that's probably the most popular Bible verse.
Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No. Okay.
I don't watch
I
wrestling.
don't know. You know me.
I
I
mean,
don't watch wrestling.
He used
or
to
I'm
have
not
a
religious,
shirt
so.
that said like Austin 316, right?
Yeah, something like that, right?
Does sound familiar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is probably
That looks
Photoshop.
it looks photoshopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I see it again,
I bet we can find the same exact picture with the John 3:16.
Yeah, probably.
like as it normally would be. That would be funny though.
it would be funny.
It would be funny.
Oh.
Should we pull up the I think it was American Airlines actually, the pilot.
Did he?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
blah, 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 blah. Let's go, Brandon.
Yep. The balls on that guy. I love it.
Yeah, now everyone's
Yeah, I didn't
like,
actually
fucking-
hear the actual recording of him. All I heard was Tim Dillon's, which was
That was
a lot
hilarious.
funnier, I would imagine.
Was it American Airlines? I don't know. I gotta find.
Wasn't it
here.
Southwest?
Pilot? Let's go, Brandon. Let's see. Southwest pilot reportedly using. Yeah, okay. So let's Southwest pilot.
To think about the libs on that plane just like losing their minds.
Oh my
Absolutely
gosh.
flipping shit.
Yeah.
But he was smart though, because he said it at the very end, like when they landed.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, he's like, "Welcome home to wherever the fuck."
It's California.
What is this guy doing? Clickbait. Clickbait bastard.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, here it is. Here it is.
Do I have to connect to your phone?
I'm gonna do this.
You do it.
I'm gonna do it. Watch me do it. Let me do it.
Yeah. I mean, while you look that up, I think a lot of, like, what do you guys think? This is obviously early because it's barely his first year ending. Biden's legacy is going to be as the president.
Shitting the pants in the Vatican.
I think that's probably pretty standard for what he's going to be known for.
Yeah.
The shittiest president.
I think there was just some recent reports, and I take these polls with a grain of salt, but
yeah, right.
he's got like massive disapproval ratings. I think like 57 or 52% disapproval rating, and like 71% of the country feels he's not,
fit to be president.
Fit to be president, all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
But here's the recording if we want to go ahead and listen to this.
play it.
I don't know.
7 or 8 miles an hour. Good visibility, mostly clear skies, 77 degrees. Thanks for coming out flying with Southwest Airlines. Welcome aboard. And remember, let's go brown.
Just slipped it in there.
Yeah.
The caption actually read it as "Let's go for it."
That's not what he said.
That's awesome.
So funny.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean, he did have an accent, but yeah.
Let's go, Brandon.
That's funny, man.
I like it.
I like it.
I'm all for it.
You like it?
I like it.
They're
Whatever.
gonna like
Freedom of speech,
relentlessly go after this man's job. Like, it's just, these people are so fucking worthless. It's ridiculous.
And you know what's crazy? These are the same people who for the last 4 years were screaming like "fuck Trump" and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and now they've just completely flipped the script and
Yeah, now you're like, oh, you're disrespectful to the president of the United
the
States.
most important chair in
Yeah.
our political system.
I'm like, oh, you care now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
interesting.
why can't we just meet in the middle and understand that
Yeah.
we fucking hate the presidents, no matter who it is?
This was a great meme I saw today. Was like, it was like, leftists aren't mad that you're chanting "Let's go, Brandon." They're just mad that you're having fun, and they've been just like irrationally pissed off for the past 4 years.
That's a good point though, because
Yeah, they were crying while we're having fun, or like the opposition is having fun.
right, like nobody's happy that Biden's the president, but everyone's making the most of it.
Yeah,
Where when it was Trump, they were the only ones not having, not happy
like,
about
locked
Trump,
in their
but they
house.
were not having fun either.
No.
Like they couldn't, and that goes back to what Chris was, the left can't meme. Like they can't have fun
Right.
no matter what, because they just suck.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
they just
can't make the
super-
most of a shitty situation.
Yeah. They're just
Was that a pun?
Hey.
oh.
hey, just
Slip that chit joke in there.
for like
Spicy.
for old time's sake, do you think the Pope brought Biden in the back to clean him up?
He
No,
probably
I-
had some children back there.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying Biden's
I was gonna say,
Catholic,
I don't
so-
think he brings old men in the back.
Well, I mean, just for old time, like Biden was probably sent back there with a priest once in a while.
I bet you some
back in the day.
Yeah,
I bet you some sorry fucking
altar boy.
Secret Service guy had
Oh.
to wipe his asshole.
That's who cleaned him up. Come
Yeah.
on, let's be honest.
Nah, he's probably got a crew that, like a medical crew that rolls with
Yeah.
him, and
That's what I need.
I'm sure they tightened.
Some guy with handy wipes just waiting around.
Yeah.
Bookie's my medical.
Man, the Secret Service is really taking a turn since the
Yeah.
Biden admin came in.
Yeah, right? They went from fucking hookers
Just
to
carrying around a diaper bag.
wiping up sleepy Uncle Joey B's butthole.
They're like, we're protecting the president. We're protecting the president. We're protecting the president. As we're cleaning caca over everything.
As Biden's just
They
bent
have
over.
gas masks on, and they're like, what did I do? Like, I went through, like, years of physical training and, like, all this, and I'm wiping
He's just-
our senile, dementia, like, old,
He's just on his hands and knees wiping poo-poo off of the floor of St. Peter's Basilica.
Yeah. While Biden's just bent over a table licking an ice cream cone while someone cleans his asshole.
he's like, hey, one computer said to the other computer.
you
Did
know,
you guys see that clip?
poor
They're
kids
like,
are still
Michelangelo painted the ceiling, I painted the floor.
Yo, I did not get that clip.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, every time I watch it, I'm like, what am I listening to? I don't. Am I like too dumb to get the joke? I don't.
No, there
understand.
is no joke. He's just dementia. He's just gone. Here it is. Oh wait, this is an ad.
It's always an ad.
It's always an
YouTube
ad.
sucks.
Yeah, we can't play ads or else our real sponsors,
Our
will be very upset
rectums
with
will
us.
blow up.
Yeah. Yeah, this clip is really something else. I mean, really, it's like there's no really other way.
Time is money.
Wait, I gotta back up.
The little expression, time is money. As one computer said, if you're on the train and they say Portal Bridge, you know you better make other plans.
What?
They're just like, what? And
It kind of makes sense, though. You know, if you're on the train and they're like, pour the bridge.
No, Portal Bridge.
Yeah, Portal Bridge.
What is Portal Bridge?
I thought he said pour the bridge. Like they're like concrete pouring the bridge.
Oh,
Like-
maybe.
What is happening with that?
Dude, this would be a lot more funny
One computer said to...
if
I gotta find the transcript for that.
like if we had like an actual like small government and he was just a legit just public figure that we don't really care what the fuck he does because he doesn't control anything, it'd be a lot more funny than what it is right now.
Yeah.
He's
Right
just,
now, it's kind of terrifying.
yeah, that he's just controlled / does control things, and
Yeah, like he could launch a nuclear weapon.
even if he couldn't do that, he can threaten companies that have over 100 employees that they might have to mandatory vaccinate their employees,
Yeah, he could single-handedly like destroy the economy.
almost like he has.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the... No, I'm sorry. Keep going. I gotta actually get it.
How was that Fauci? Holy shit.
Oh, man.
Turning
Dude,
down.
what if like in 6 months, it just turns out like, you know, everybody wakes up / just admits that Biden's a terrible president. We have to get rid of him. And everybody just admits we have to get rid of Fauci and we have to get rid of him. And, you know, we kind of take a little Squid Game approach to this and we just put them in a pit and they have to fight to the death and whoever wins can leave.
I would be interested in that. We take all politicians in America.
Well, I'm just talking about these two first because they're the
wait,
same age.
well, think about it. How many representatives are there?
A lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. Enough to fill
200
up Squid's games is what I'm
Easily.
getting at. Yeah.
236 at least.
Yeah, and then all the congressmen,
Yeah.
and then
All their helpers, they don't get off because they're
yeah.
not
Well,
elected.
what was like what was the number? The max players when like
236.
no,
it
in
was
Squid Game
456.
456.
Okay, I made that up.
We could easily play a Squid Games with our politicians.
I would agree with that, but my statement was just, I just want to see Fauci and Biden battle to the death.
Like
Didn't,
the actual Squid Game, like the
Yeah.
last one. I got
Didn't
you.
Trump challenge Biden to a boxing match?
Yes.
He did, yes. That would have been.
That would be so good.
That would have been. That
really happened?
Greatest
Yeah.
thing
Oh
ever.
my god.
I want to see Jake Paul call out Biden for a boxing match.
Oh my
If they're going
God.
to fight, they got to make sure that the floor is white. Because that would be, you know.
Did you see the shit?
Yes, you can see the shit all over the floor.
I mean, let's be honest, Bill. Trump's got him in the back. I mean, the cat.
Dude.
Say what you want about Putin, he would never back down to a boxing match.
Oh, yeah.
And he probably wouldn't lose one to
He
any
probably
other
wouldn't lose one.
to any other politician.
He probably
Exactly.
beat both Biden and Trump at the same time. I would
Yeah,
imagine.
that guy's a... Alright, so here's the actual transcript. So, Joe Biden says, "Time is money. As one computer said, if you're on the train and they say Portal Bridge, you know you better make other plans."
Wow.
I mean, it couldn't be more clear what he was trying to say.
I think they should print that on the back of the new $1 bills.
Just take out the "In God We Trust"
Yeah.
and put that quote on there.
In God we should.
In God we should.
I feel like that's pretty appropriate being he was in the Vatican, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't get that, huh?
God, we shit.
Holy
In
fuck.
God we should. That's
Man.
got to be the title now, right? For this episode?
Probably.
In God we should.
Man, imagine calling yourself a Catholic and shitting your pants in the Vatican.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
I don't know.
It's
Yeah,
probably-
shit happens, I guess.
literally. I mean, do you think he met Obi-Wan Kenobi when he was there?
I think the best thing the White House could have done was just came out and said, you know what? Before we went to the Vatican, we stopped in Sicily and we had some bussin' ass wings that were just a little too spicy.
I would say got a frittata that was
And
undercooked a little bit.
Uncle Joey B got struck, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead, they're just going to try to suppress it, and it's just going to look worse because dude straight up shit himself.
I mean, I don't know if it must have happened already. It's Monday, so there must have been a White House press meeting or something.
Oh, I'm
but
sure
I'm
not.
looking forward to Jen Psaki's explanation of what happened when Biden shit his pants.
Who has COVID
whether
now,
it was
apparently.
true. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What's this?
Convenient.
Jane
Biden
Psaki
shits
has
his pants, and all of a sudden
vaccine?
she has COVID.
She'll be out just long enough for us to forget about it. Not us. We won't forget about it, but
We'll be at the press secretary. Hey, tell us about the poop. We want to know about the poop.
poopy caca.
Tell us about the poopy caca.
what do you think it would take for Politics on the Rocks to get a seat at the like those press secretary hearings?
A lot.
About $1 billion.
More than 5 followers.
I'm waiting for the Snopes article to come out. Like, no, Joe Biden didn't shit himself in the Vatican. It's like, are you sure about that?
It's like, even if he didn't, the fact that we are talking about this right now is ridiculous.
That's the thing. That's the thing with this.
Like,
thing,
we
man.
believe it because he's Joe Biden.
Well, yeah, I posted about that on my personal account. Like, just the fact that this is at all believable is like, I think that's enough, right? Like, doesn't matter if he shit himself or not. Just the fact that that's believable is kind of scary.
Mm-hmm. I also feel like if we did, if there was a rumor about Trump pooping himself, he would have came out and been like, "I didn't poop myself."
Yeah,
Or, I did.
No, he'd be like, I have the best bowels.
He'd be
When
like,
I
there's
poop
no
myself,
way I would
it's
ever
perfect.
poop myself anywhere by accident. Or he would just like own up to it and just be like, I pooped myself.
So good.
It was.
I did it on purpose.
He would
It
give
was-
the whole reasoning behind it.
I did it on purpose to establish my dominance.
It was the best shit. The best shit you'll ever see.
Your uncle's gonna be talking about my shit. Everyone's gonna be talking about my shit. The Pope's gonna be talking about my shit, okay?
CNN can't stop talking about my shit.
Fake news, CNN. They
They
love my
literally
shit.
cannot
They hate
stop
it, but they love my shit.
Oh,
They'd have nothing to talk about if it wasn't for me shitting.
me shitting, pay their bills.
I'm shitting in the Vatican. Joe Biden's shitting in his basement.
My shit keeps the lights on at CNN.
All right. Just Trump 2024, baby.
I'm not gonna lie, as crazy as the guy was, I kind of miss the Trump era, you know?
Yeah, it was
Like,
it was
it,
the golden age.
it
for
had,
sure.
like, you know, a very poetic ending, I feel like, you know? He just was kind of, like, kicking and screaming as it was all crumbling beneath him.
Yeah. I'm not
But I still kind of miss it.
huge into like politicians or presidents of the past, but is he our era's FDR? Or wait, no, Roosevelt. I'm sorry, Roosevelt.
I think
Oh,
he's...
Teddy?
Yeah, because Teddy was kind of
Yeah.
the guy who was like all talk. He was, but he was like
Right.
the rich kid that went around and rode horses and
Yeah, I could see that. He's like just a brash.
I think
asshole.
I think he's our generation's Jeff Ross.
I don't know.
Fuck
This.
Jeff Ross.
That's the guy who hosts the roasts.
Oh,
Didn't Trump do didn't they do a roast
They
of
did,
Trump?
yeah.
That was pretty good.
And he did pretty good. Like, he's...
Because he can take a joke.
Yeah,
and then he
he's-
went up and he roasted the shit out of everyone else.
Yeah,
and it was
yeah.
actually pretty funny.
He said, because they kept dogging him about his hair, and he's like, what do I, and whatever, they
a
said his hair...
raccoon or something.
Yeah, they kept calling his hair a raccoon. He's like, what do I and a raccoon, like, what is the difference between Donald Trump and a raccoon? He's like, a raccoon isn't worth whatever his net worth is.
$100 billion
Yeah, he's
fucking
like,
dollars
yeah.
or something like that. That was pretty funny.
I mean, objectively speaking, he's a funny guy.
No,
like, he's fucking hilarious.
if you say he's not funny, you're lying to yourself.
yeah,
yeah,
like,
you are.
he's just got the troll game on lock.
Yeah. He knows how to, how to.
And I think
Control
the fact that he became president just speaks like mountains about our political system.
Dude.
Like,
I
you know what
remember.
like, if you think voting really matters, just remember that Donald Trump was our president at one time.
Yeah.
I remember like staying up with my buddy Matt that night, just fucking drinking and just like in absolute disbelief of every state that was just getting like taken by Trump, and we're just like, what is this really gonna fucking happen?
I know.
Like, are you kidding me?
That was
I
a-
remember watching it too. I'm like, he's gonna fucking do it. He's gonna fucking do it. I can't believe this.
The election was over before we went to bed. Like
Yeah.
it was called for him before we went to bed,
My
which
gosh.
was amazing.
That's exactly what I thought. Too. I'm like,
Especially because all the polls had like Hillary Clinton leading
All of them.
90%,
Yeah.
98%.
I'm like watching it. I'm like, oh my god,
So
He's
It's
gonna,
happening.
this fucking mad lad's gonna pull it off.
the mad lad.
The mad lad did it.
I think at the end he took like Florida and Ohio, and that's when it was just like over.
Mm-hmm.
We were just like, oh my god, it just happened. And honestly though, I went to work the next day just fucking like gleeful. I was just like, this is fantastic. I was just like looking at articles of just like all the people crying on the fucking news stations.
I
think-
literally
I
the
think
news station hosts crying. Like it was just so ridiculous.
My still to this day, my favorite, and it's a very popular meme. I'm sure everyone's seen it, but my favorite video is still as they're announcing his presidency. The one like,
person.
yeah, I mean, it's like it will go down in infamy, the meme. But the one where
She's wearing like the neon jacket. And
the one
glasses.
she's like screaming into the sky.
Yeah. It's a meme, so yeah.
Oh man.
so great.
It's so funny because like the actual video is even funnier because she's like, no, yeah. I'm gonna play it because I just I'm connected. So
This is
I'm
what
just
Nick
gonna
goes
do it.
to sleep every night.
Trump is now president of the United States. Step solution for the
What a great honor to be able to introduce
Sending the energy into the universe.
ever, anywhere, the 45th president of America, Donald
She's on her knees now, just screaming into the ground.
Good lord.
I'm so sorry to my world. I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
There's Mussolini in the background.
There's so much potential.
She's having a full blown panic attack. Look at her hand. She's like,
devastation. In this one moment, it's just almost incomprehensible that they can exist right now. So
And we are grateful
so close.
Obama.
So close. God, there's
not
so
really.
many-
It wasn't that close.
There's so many
it wasn't
great-
really close at all.
There's so many great moments that just like really just exemplifies how like mentally retarded a bunch of like so many Americans are. Like, do you remember whenever Obama was elected in 2008 and this lady was like, she was like, Obama's gonna pay for my mortgage and he's gonna pay for, I don't gotta worry for, or no, she didn't say he was gonna pay for her mortgage, but she was like, I don't gotta worry about my mortgage. I don't gotta worry about my car payment. And we're just like, pretty sure you do. Like,
You definitely still have to worry about all those
did you
things.
agree to buy those things? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh man, yeah. People put a lot on these people, man.
Yeah.
oh
it's
shit, we
insane.
still got to talk about Vero Police killing drunk people. Or not drunk people.
Oh yeah,
Homeless
that
people.
link didn't work.
Oh, that's...
It didn't
Oh, yeah.
work,
Page
but
not found.
go ahead.
So what happened is, if you guys know, Vero Beach Police Department is putting together a local militia of neighborhood people to go out at night,
Where do we sign up?
find the homeless,
It's kind of like the purge.
the downtrodden, the people who may be a little too ugly.
And murder them.
Yes, to mangle, burn, and stone them to death. That's what's going on right now in
It's
Vero
gonna be
Beach.
really interesting.
It's a new secret, not secret, it's
Nuisance team.
a nuisance team. That is what they're called.
That's Old Testament. That's legit.
Yeah.
dude. I'm just kidding.
So
Yeah, a lot of stonings.
So yeah, if you
be a lot
want to
of
join the
stories.
nuisance team, you
Wait,
just-
so the Vero Beach police department is getting people to get stoned?
no, they're
Oh,
to
okay.
mangle them and kill them is what's going on.
Oh,
there's-
so
so
a
what-
different kind of stone.
So what
Gotcha.
happened is the Vero Beach did the census and they found out they have 11 homeless people, which is over the quota of 10. So we have too many panhandlers.
we have to kill one
So,
of them.
So we have to
okay,
kill all
I'm
of
just
them.
gonna say, if there's 11 homeless people, they all hang out in the library. Because I've been to the Vero Beach Library, and it's basically a homeless shelter.
I love how you go to the library.
So do I. I love that, dude.
dude.
Every time you
It's
go
a nice,
to,
it's a nice library,
It is
except
one-
for the fact that it smells like homeless people.
because that's the only
The
free
one by the courthouse?
yeah.
Yeah,
I haven't been there in
Why
years.
don't you go to the college one? It's because it's closed on weekends, right?
yeah, it's closed on weekends.
That's
Yeah,
that's a nicer one.
Why don't you go to like a Starbucks
I go
like
to
a normal
the-
person?
dude, the Sebastian one is where it's at, but the Vero Beach one, man, there's so many books in there, so much potential, and
It's big.
Basically,
big.
every fucking study area is taken by a homeless man,
just homeless semen,
just
everywhere?
charging his Obama phone. It's terrible. It's like,
So now, are there laws that prohibit you from beating that old man, that old homeless man?
well, I'm hoping these
Join
new
the
laws.
Yeah, join the nuisance team.
I'm hoping these new laws mean I can just murder him in broad daylight.
wait, so there's
That's what it means.
uncontested.
There's gonna be an alarm that goes off.
The
and as soon as that alarm
librarian's
goes
gonna
off-
come over like, what the fuck did you just do? I'm gonna be like,
I'm part of the nuisance
team.
Yeah.
And just pull out my badge,
You
just whip it out.
You just throw out your badge and
Just
slap
hit her
across
right in the face with it. No, nuisance team. Drag this man out.
It's funny because that almost sounds like Newsome team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Did you,
except he loves homeless people.
yeah. But
Or
they
hates
also
them.
a lot of them died probably because of his
Yeah.
policies. So
Well, yeah, that's why I said hate.
Did you find the article on it?
Who was it?
I couldn't find nothing.
Just put in Vero Beach special
Nuisance?
team or a new unit.
Vero Beach Special Ops.
Yeah, it's just the new special officer of Vero Beach Police Department.
Who was it? God, who was it? The one that threw them all in jail, New York City.
De Blasio?
De
De Blasio.
Oh,
Blah, blah, blah.
That's
no,
what I said.
before him.
Oh, Giuliani, right?
Giuliani.
Oh
Giuliani.
yeah, he was just like, get these homeless out
Yeah.
of here.
Yeah, he
Give
told
them
him-
homes.
He like do
in
them all
the jail.
Yeah, he do them all in jail or whatever.
Say what you want about Giuliani. New York's never been a cleaner place than when he was.
I don't
in.
know what it's like now, but I know what you.
I love how you get RuneScape ads on your news
Dude,
articles.
hop off my dick, bro. I'm gonna close these.
But,
You can't make fun
But
of
he
me.
did. He do them all in jail.
The Vero Beach Police Department has formed a new team focused solely on killing homeless people.
Oh wow.
No, it doesn't say that.
Oh.
As a new team focused solely on tackling what they call nuisance crimes, like panhandling, littering, and public intoxication.
So you can tackle them, is what they're saying?
I'm for all of those things except panhandling and littering. So literally, I'm really just for public intoxication. Those
Right.
crimes impact quality of life for people who live, work, and visit Vero Beach. King Pompano Bait and Tackle owner Manuel Barricino,
You know what that is?
Baratino.
I
That's
know him.
no. You know what that place is? The Pompano.
Is that the one in Riverside?
No. He's at the Sunoco. The same place that the same place that the homeless guy stabbed the other homeless guy.
Across
or
the
whatever.
street from IHOP.
Yeah, across the-
Oh shit, so you got homeless people joining the nuisance team now?
Yeah, there's
Killing
factions.
other homeless people?
No. This guy owns the bait shop across the street from where that happened.
No, yeah, right there.
Yeah, okay.
No, it actually happened in the same place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's Sunoco.
So
Okay.
King Pompano Bait and Tackle owner Manuel Baziano has been helping local fishermen for years, setting them up with all they need to reel in picture-worthy catch.
Hell yeah.
But as his business has grown, he said, so have problems outside his front door. It's been a yeah, no shit. It's been a problem, and it's been getting bigger and bigger every year. Baracino said. Sometimes it's panhandlers or people intoxicated in the parking lot. I was probably one of those. They were sleeping on the sidewalks. I was probably one of those. Baracino said he's long worried about how it impacts his business. We have to do something about it because they were scaring customers away. Baracino said.
Oh my god.
It sometimes will scare people, said Vero Beach Police Lieutenant Matt Harrelson. Harrelson said that's why the department formed the Community Partnership Unit, or CPU. Not to be confused with computer processing
unit.
Yeah.
Wait, before you go on, can we just that one statement in earlier? This is being put together because panhandlers and drunk people are affecting the what was the wording they used? The living outcome of the people here.
Yeah, let me find that. It's nuisance crimes like panhandling, littering, and public intoxication. Those crimes impact quality of life.
People just can't stand seeing the poor people on the side of the road anymore.
Disgusting. I can't believe it.
Dude,
We're partnering
I
up
get
with
it,
not
you know?
just the citizens of our community, but also the business owners.
It's a militia, like I said.
On a day shift, on average, this time of year especially, we may get 10 to 12 calls a day of someone who is drunk and disorderly, someone sleeping in the middle of a parking lot, someone is littering, someone is soliciting or begging for money. This new unit forming just as the city of Vero Beach also passed a new ordinance banning panhandling after dark within 20 feet of certain locations, like businesses. Blah, blah, blah. Offices are also giving signs to businesses they can put up on their windows. So, I don't know. It doesn't really say anything about killing homeless people, which I'm a little disappointed about. But
I think it's within you read it in the fine text. You know, like you read between the
Yeah,
lines.
yeah. Like in the bill, it's on the 14th page.
Yeah,
like
I
half
mean-
font. Yeah.
This is one of those things where the Vero Beach police are just like,
We don't want to deal with it, so we're going to let the citizens deal with it,
just
however they see fit.
We're gonna let the business owners put signs on their windows, you know, that say you have to wear your Star of David on, and that if you do anything we don't like, the police have all authority to come within our property and kill you.
Wait, so
wait, is that Matt?
Matt Damon?
Is that Matt Harrelson? If so, I actually like this guy. He's a very nice guy. I don't think that's him. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry. Next time I see him, I'm actually going to ask him. He's the guy with the glasses it's always in the cafe. He's like fucking ripped, the big ass tall cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody knows that guy.
Yeah, the picture I'm looking at.
Yeah, he's like in the
he's in the CPU.
the gas station.
Yeah.
That picture, yeah.
Actually, yeah, I mean, I've talked to this guy quite a few times. He's a nice guy, but
Yeah, I think they call him tattoos him and stuff. No? Was it a different
yeah. He's got a lot of tattoos, so I would assume.
Yeah. Anyway, so if you're part of this group,
Yeah, that is him, Matt Harrelson.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
You're part of this group that.
So I'm just gonna approach him and be like, "So I heard you're
Killing homeless people?
Yeah, I heard you're starting a group where civilians can kill homeless people. How do where do I sign up with that?"
No, but on the real, like, what do they do? They just yell at him, or
So
they throw like rocks? What do
Yeah,
they
I don't
do?
know. I can't
Stone
find
him.
anything.
the way I
Stone him
read
to
it,
death.
it was more of a like almost like a hotline. So
Okay.
now these businesses can sign up to this, and it like they'll put a sign on their door, and it almost instead of going through a not legal action, but a court like filing where you have to,
You
like,
can just go outside and shoot them with a 12 gauge.
So, like before, if someone's doing something on your like property, right? So you own like a property for businesses, like a little strip mall. For police to like remove somebody, they would need, for soliciting, they would need permission from the owner of the property, or the property owner would already have to sign some form of non-soliciting agreement. That way, the police have it on file and they can look at it and they can say, "Okay, we already have this there." But now these businesses can just put this in their window. And I think it automatically signs them up for it, or vice versa. They sign up for it. They have this piece of paper on their window. That means if a police officer sees that, they know, hey, if there's a drunk person, a homeless person here, I can just bring that back and kill them.
So the cop is going to be the one killing them.
I think they're still keeping it within the family, right?
I'm against it. I'm against it now.
No.
Yeah, I'm
No,
against
yeah,
it.
Nope.
No.
When they were
I was
putting
getting excited.
when they were putting the right to kill homeless people in the hands of the business owner, I was a little more for it. But
Yeah, I mean,
if the
just
Vero
make it
Beach
like
Police
a-
Department gets to have all the fun, I'm not.
just make it
don't
like
like
a
this,
concealed
really.
carry permit, but it's like a homeless murder
Yeah,
permit.
yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
I mean, couldn't you really call it murder though? Like it's more like.
homeless
okay, so
cleansing
like
permit.
right. So if you had a dog with terminal cancer and you had to put it down, you wouldn't say you're murdering it, right?
That's actually a good point.
I'm full of them.
there's no good,
Yeah.
there's no way to comment back on
Yeah.
that one.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
What were you going to say, Cam?
I just think we should end the podcast right there. No. But so if you're homeless and you're hanging out or drunk somewhere, they call the hotline. The cop shows up and says, "Hey, you gotta leave." How is that any different than anything I've ever seen ever in my entire life?
the way
Well, he just explained it. You didn't listen.
Oh, sorry.
the way I think it changes things is, one, it allows the neighborhood or whatever they're calling it now, the special unit, this is what they deal with now. But it doesn't have to be just cops who deal with it. I think people can just sign up like willy-nilly, but I think people who call in can be from different people. It was very bland. But I think the biggest thing was to allow cops to more efficiently react to these, dangerous situations of people asking for money on the side of the road. I don't know. Somehow, if it's close enough to a business and the business has this special unit paper in there, it automatically allows the police officer to take action.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
I'm
very,
trying to find more on it.
yeah, it's
like
very weird, and it just again, if you're telling me this wasn't pushed from the island people, you're lying.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah. So basically, they're they've already got the green light to come on your property and deal with any sort of unruly person or whatever.
Yeah, because I knew somebody who owned a property that had business on it, and if there's homeless people there, the police can't do anything unless you actually like go through a system and do a trespassing warrant. So you have to go through all that. You have to actually sign the
So
warrant.
is it kind of like circumventing that?
Correct.
So it's like, if you have this, then it's like, no, they can remove you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because otherwise they have, like, probably rights
Yeah.
as humans to be in these places.
Remember a couple months ago when there was that homeless couple that got caught, like giving each other oral and banging each other in front of Blue Agave.
Right in front of Blue
On the
Agave.
benches
On the
there.
bench.
That was like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I remember that. You thought that was hilarious.
That was fucking
That
amazing.
is hilarious.
You're like outside, you're like drinking a margarita.
Now imagine, now that this new nuance team is put together, the owner of Blue Agave can just come out with a 12 gauge and just pump both of them and be done with it.
As far as I can read this law, that's what I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? You're just in Blue Agave enjoying a margarita,
And you watch the owner walking
watching
through the
these
restaurant
two
with a
homeless
shotgun.
and watching these two homeless people make sweet love outside the window, and then they just get blasted away.
You're just sitting at the bar and the owner's walking through the bar from the back with a shotgun, just like one arm pumping it.
Oh,
like, oh, this motherfucker's about to do something.
And that rich person who like wanted this law to go through is like, well, it's better for the kids not to see homeless people having sex, but it's okay for them to see them their brains on the sidewalk.
Their brains splattered all over the sidewalk.
I mean, you're there, you're having a Presidente margarita,
What's more like
I kind of want to see some murder,
Yeah, what's more I mean, if we're eating Mexican food,
Right.
The cartel, like, I feel like that's
There's going to be
very
a murder
fitting.
at some point.
Yeah, I feel like it's
there
fitting,
or in the bathroom.
Yeah, I want to see someone die.
Yeah.
But
And nothing goes better than murder with a tequila and a quesadilla.
Yeah.
Is what we're trying to say.
So I was like in Vero for doing some work down like across from Wawa, and this homeless guy came up to my truck, and I was like, oh God.
Did he find her?
Like every once in a while when you're out, like a homeless guy just comes up to your truck for no reason.
Yeah, no, they do.
And so I rolled my window down like a couple inches. I'm like, can I help you? He's like, yeah, this auto garage over here, they're dumping oil and stuff in this ditch behind their shop. And I was like, okay, well, I don't work for the city, but once I see the guys, I'll let them know.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, yeah. And
Now
so,
imagine a world where you could have just killed him.
right. That's what I was getting at. But no, so I got out of my truck after, the homeless people all left. And I went over there and I look in the ditch and literally there's like 5,000 empty beer cans in the ditch. I'm like, dude.
Well, that's why he knew. Him and his buddies were drinking in the ditch.
Dirty Mike and the boys.
And they were getting oil poured on them.
Yeah.
Like, yo, this is our house.
Yeah.
He's like, we're just trying to have homeless gay orgies and we're getting oil dumped on us.
Which actually is more
I was
lubricant.
I was like, I don't see any oil, but I do see 5,000 empty beer cans.
So, so now what you do the next time you see him, if he brings that up to you again, say, hey, listen, with this new nuisance team, they can just throw matches down there now and burn you people. So, like, just be thankful it's just oil being dumped on you.
Just watch
and not fire oil, right?
Napalm.
Oh my god.
Yo, it's interesting, like in Vero, so they like cleared a lot of these lots where these people live. A couple of them were like homeless encampments that were like next to like Walmart. Like next to Walmart, there was a huge homeless encampment, and then there was also a huge homeless encampment
on US 1. And
like
8th.
across from Checker somewhere, right? Where was it at?
A little bit farther. It was 8th Street.
8th Street.
It was behind that old Hess station, which is now a Safeco or whatever it's called now.
Yeah. So they like cleared these spots, and now these people are like all in the parks, the Heritage Center, and they're all like in like front of these like bars and whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
firebomb them.
There's like homeless like towns basically in some of these like giant vacant lots.
That's what I'm saying.
In the middle of like pretty developed areas, there's just like these lots where there's a lot of woods still.
Oh yeah,
and it's like literally like a homeless village in there.
Oh yeah, that's how these were.
Yeah,
like that one next to it's completely gone now because there's a gas station and everything.
Yeah.
But like, you could walk in there and it was like a village
Yeah.
of like homeless people, just tents, and like, now they're
Just bartering.
now they're in front of your favorite quesadilla place.
Just getting
Not for long.
brain splattered.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
for
know.
long.
Like if I'm being serious about this whole thing, I don't understand why this was put together.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah.
it seems a little silly.
Like
It seems like it's the same thing they're already doing,
exactly.
but just like giving themselves maybe an extra
oomph.
extra oomph.
and
yeah.
I don't know how you guys feel.
They're taking
But-
out the bird shot. They're putting in the slugs.
The slugs,
I'm all for it.
deer shot, but
Kill the homeless.
like when you drive around town in Vero Beach and you see those stupid fucking signs
Yeah, yeah.
that say handhandling within a certain amount of feet of this is dangerous.
Yeah.
Please, it's like this is worse than seeing the Dirty Mike and the boys jerk each other off on the side of the street while they ask for money. Like I'd much rather watch that than look at this shitty ass sign.
Well, the point
There's
is,
always a guy sitting right underneath.
that's exactly what I was about to say. The point is, they're sitting right next to the sign. But the point is, it doesn't do anything. But no one reads that sign and is like, oh, okay, I guess
I've
I
seen
can't give
cops
this guy a
drive
couple
by
bucks.
and be sitting at the light, and the guy's literally panhandling under the no panhandling sign,
Right.
and the cop doesn't do anything.
Because
It's
the
like,
idea
what's the point?
is to discourage the person
From giving money.
from giving him money. But, I mean, when have signs,
But then you could always bring this into the conversation.
Well, the
of,
gun-free zone sign didn't stop the Parkland shooter, so.
Yeah, well, couldn't read. That's why
If
he's
we're
in.
going to talk about sign effectivity,
Well,
I mean, we got to bring it up.
He was in a Florida public school, and they're not that good, and he couldn't read probably. But
yeah, that's true.
but no, it's again when it comes to this, you could even go in this discussion of people are panhandling. You can't stop them because they're on public property.
right.
So, like, what do you get rid of public property? I'm for that, but you can't just say like, no, poor people can't be on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Like the rich people are just so crazy, man. Like, if you're gonna again tell me this is not because rich people are complaining, you're lying to yourself. That's why those signs are put up now, and now this is why this is.
Well, you know what?
You
They're
can-
all starting to come back, and they're seeing these people out now because before they had
the villages.
they had little villages,
Yeah, and they raped each other in their own villages. Now they're doing it in front of Blue Agave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right, and now they're like, how do we get rid of them?
Yeah.
My buddy, who was a cop for a little while, quite a while, he told me that what they would do is, like if they had nuisances or whatever, they would pick up the homeless people
Just remember that.
and just they would just take them across the county line and just drop them off.
Yeah.
It was like less paperwork for them. You know, to
yeah.
deal
What
with.
else are you gonna do?
You're
Bring
gonna-
them in and
You're going to take them across the county line and
Yeah.
drop them off.
Well, that's the thing. Like these like homeless people, they're not paying taxes. They're not doing anything. They're just living, right? Like they don't have homes. They don't have no means to. Like, what are you going to say? Like, you can't be here, or we're going to move you? Like what?
Yeah, where are they going to go?
It's not a.
They're going to go down to Fort Pierce,
Yeah,
which would be ideal.
but
Yeah, keep them in Fort Pierce.
Yeah, Fort Pierce seems like a good place for homeless people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
or,
mean,
or just kill them.
well, most people in Fort Pierce look a little homeless.
Yeah, even the people with
regardless.
homes.
They probably
That's it.
honestly, you could probably. This is me just thinking. What is this?
It's dangerous.
Three
when you
quarters
think
into a bottle of
Scotch.
Glenmoray. Earls and Sebastian. Great location to drop the homeless
Oh
off.
yeah, everybody in there looks homeless. Anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna see if you drop them off, you wouldn't even know. I'd blend right in.
It would be the
Hey.
same exact thing.
I'm not for this, but this is how our system works.
Are we sure that
Give Earls a
that
tax
place
credit.
isn't just a homeless shelter?
I'm saying turn it into a homeless shelter. Give them a tax credit. It's a win-win for Earls.
They have good pizza too. I might go homeless
And a
just
meatball
to
sub.
Be a part of that.
We should.
Yeah.
I want to go eat there. A lot of people tell me that they're like.
you guys want to go?
Yeah, let's
You
go.
guys, when are you guys free? You want to go tomorrow night?
No, but let's go right now. Let's get a meatball sub. I heard the meatball
could.
subs are good.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
You guys want to go after this?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm
All
down
right.
to get a meatball
All right, we'll go.
sub.
We'll go. We'll go.
Yeah,
get
let's
some
go to
meatball
Earl's.
subs. Yeah,
We set up the equipment. We're like, we're doing a podcast from here.
they'd probably be okay with it. Honestly,
Bang-
my best friend is like
They wouldn't know
one of
what
the
the fuck's
head
going on.
bartenders there. He
Bank
loves
full of
doing whatever
meatball
we want.
subs.
Yeah, and scotch.
Give me a meatball
Just kidding. Don't bring scotch. What do you guys think about that? You guys scotch guys? I'm not a scotch guy. I'll be honest.
I mean,
maybe if I tried something, maybe like a $200 bottle, but that's not for me. I feel like $50 will get you way further with bourbon than it will with scotch.
Yeah, for sure.
Possibly.
I found that
Scotch is bourbon has so much more flavor, man.
That's how I felt about it.
Yeah, it's just so much.
Like that to me was like it's an odd flavor.
It even
that I'm not
smells
used to.
better.
It does. It
I mean,
smells a lot
what can we
better.
say, dude? America.
That reminds me of like
we took what the old worlds did.
that
and we did
reminds me
better.
of like drinking like a diet soda,
Yeah,
and
that's
that
a good-
reminds that's like the sugar stuff, the good
Yeah,
stuff.
or like
Yeah.
unsweetened tea, or like a McDonald's sweet tea.
Yeah.
which is just straight sugar in the veins.
Oh man, that stuff is sweet, but it is good.
It is good. For like 3 sips.
Yeah, and then you're like, I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then shit
literally
myself.
I shake after because the cups are like, way too big, and I can't like not drink. Like if I have a drink, I will finish it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like if I
Oh, really?
if I get one of those large iced coffees at the gas station,
Oh man.
like
Yeah,
I'll
do
drink
it.
the whole thing. I can't help myself.
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, I'm fucking Parkinson's over here.
I'm like that. I'm like that with food. I think like legitimately, I might have like like an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think I do. Like, not extreme. Like I'm overweight, but you know what I mean. Like, if there's food on my plate, I'm gonna eat it. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna finish it. You know.
Yeah. Nah,
That's a pretty common thing, I think.
Yeah.
not for everybody.
But I'm also a fucking tank, so you know it's whatever.
Well,
Got to take it. You know,
I-
take the good
I-
with the bad.
I think we have to clarify, not a communist tank, but an actual.
I'm a Sherman.
yeah, tank.
Yeah. I'm an M1A1 Abrams.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
we're the tanks that had to get 3 versus 1 to beat the Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck the Tigers.
The shit. Yeah.
You send the 2 in the,
The
front,
Panzer.
while the
The Panzer of the Lake.
third goes around behind and shoots in the back. It's weak spot.
Yeah, you gotta come up with some good tactics because those Sherman tanks weren't too great.
Yeah. God, when are we gonna have a good war again, like World War II?
Yeah, we need a good war.
We literally just ended war.
Yeah. Well, those are shitty wars, right?
We need
Proxy
a good
wars. We're fighting people.
we need a good drone war. You know,
Oh, I can't wait.
one
for
of those
that.
wars where you don't even see your
What-
enemy; they just blow you up with robots.
What if it's just
It'd be fucking awesome.
yeah? What if it's
It'd
just
be great?
a robot war? So it's a full-on drone war.
It's just
Wait,
robots
wait, wait.
versus robots.
and it's on the TV.
I got a better idea.
We can watch it.
I got a better idea.
What in this podcast?
You want to
let's
end
go,
on
let's
this?
go to Earl's.
All right, I'm gonna end it.
Wait, I had one before.
Go.
So I had this note in my phone that I saw recently, and I think I must have been like real high when I wrote this in there. But it was an idea for a movie where these two nations are at war, and they're just like sending robots at each other, and the robots are killing each other. But then eventually they run out of robots, and they start realizing it, and they're like, "Oh fuck, we're gonna have to actually kill each other." And then like they start killing each other. But they forgot what killing each other was like. Anyways, go ahead.
You wrote that in your notes?
Yeah, I found it like a few weeks ago. I was like, "Damn, that's a good idea, bro."
Oh my god.
Yeah, like Emily, write this down.
Yeah, I had it in my fucking notes. I also had an idea for an essay, and it was what makes something funny.
I can tell you right now. Racism,
And killing homeless
xenophobia,
people. Killing homeless people.
pretty much anything that like today's society would deem offensive. That's what is funny.
Right.
Like I don't know why. My biggest thing is like, so like everyone's trying to cancel Dave Chappelle, right?
Yes.
Over what? Talking down on transgenders and
We're making jokes out of it.
right. So here's my biggest thing with that, and I don't know how we got here, but my
Me
biggest
being a retard.
yeah, my biggest thing with that is like, okay, if you want to be part of the conversation, you've got to be all in or all out, right? So if the trans community, if you want to be recognized as part of society, that opens you up to
Jokes.
like, yeah, being like
made fun of.
just like everybody else in the world, right?
True.
I don't know. That's kind of where that's where I stand with that whole thing.
No, I feel like-
and I know that wasn't really a topic that we were going to talk about today, but
That's a good point.
I
we
agree
started
with that.
talking about racist jokes and
And I
things
think-
like that. So
Like again, we not to go on a tangent.
I mean,
about
some of
this.
my favorite jokes are like racist jokes about white people. I think those are fucking hilarious.
Yeah, white people are hilarious.
Yeah, I love those jokes. I love when black people roast white people. That shit's so funny.
Like this,
It's funny.
It is funny because most of them are true. You know, like
A lot of times they say some shit that I never even like realized.
I'm
about
like,
white
oh
people.
shit, we
I'm like,
do that. We're dumb as fuck. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to be like, I thought the whole point was like inclusion and like, you know, whatever. And you know, I get you had hard times. Like, we all fucking had hard times. Like, you know, so maybe some of us more than others, sure, but like, we're all humans and we're all going through it, right? And that's one of the big points that Dave Chappelle talks about is like, we're all fucking human. We're all going through something.
True.
So, like, why can't we just, like, crack a joke about it here and there to, like, fucking break up the tensity of it all?
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
No, I like this whole idea of that punching down and punching up, I think is terrible. One, and I think he says it actually in that special, to punch down, you're insinuating that he thinks he's above the person he's talking about, right. Which he doesn't. And two, regardless of what you see or feel of someone being above or below somebody, whether it be power-wise in a specific hierarchy that you decide to look into or just whatever you want to believe in, even if you are punching down, it doesn't make it less funny. Like, it's a funny or it's not, regardless of who you're talking about.
Right, exactly.
Like, I hate when people say, oh, I want to see you do jokes where you don't punch down. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, it's funny or it's not.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, like your boss can make a funny joke about you, and that I guess it'd be considered punching down or whatever.
Yeah,
and it could still be funny.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, it's just that's gotten, not that I think it's changed how good comedians do comedy, but I feel like that's something that's been talked about more over the past couple of years, where people are talking about punching down versus punching up.
Yeah,
and it's usually people who suck at comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah. I mean, that's what comedy is. It's comedy is like making light of serious things and like breaking up the intensity of it all, right? Because like,
talking about things you're supposed not to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. I there's like a lot of topics that are very touchy, and again, Dave Chappelle talks about this in his show. He's like, I don't dismiss or I don't, not recognize the hardships that people deal with. I dealt with them myself, but comedy is like the way out of this. Like we need to not take everything so seriously and just learn to laugh at everything. And I don't know. I've gotten into comedy a lot over the last couple months, and I see a lot of what, a lot of these comedians like Tim Dillon, him and Joe Rogan, and, a lot of these like, air quotes, controversial comics talk about. It's like, yeah, they have a fucking point. You know what I mean?
Well, you look at some of the shows that were made, like, even like The Office. And some of the scenes in The Office, you're like,
that would not fly today.
That would not fly today. And you're like, but I love that.
Everyone.
And it doesn't make me homophobic or more racist by watching it. It's just funny.
The Office is arguably the most popular is that a sitcom? Would you consider that a sitcom?
I don't know if it is a sitcom.
I don't really know what that means.
Yeah, me neither.
Me either.
Go ahead.
It's like arguably the most popular TV show to date, right? And
it's huge.
When was the last episode? In like 2014, 15?
No,
maybe?
Or later, or
later?
Earlier than that. I think it was like 2011, maybe.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Okay, so 10 years it's been off air, and it's still
huge.
To this day, massive. There's and it's got a lot of like
edgy
by
stuff.
today's standards, edgy, controversial stuff. Like there's a reason that it remains, one of the greatest TV shows of all time. I don't necessarily agree with that, but a lot of people.
You can be wrong sometimes.
No, hey, listen, man. If you're wrong sometimes, I get it, bro. I'm never wrong, but
it's actually funny because obviously you were talking about The Office real fast. Now a lot of the old Office crew members, meaning actual stars who are on the show, have their own podcast going over the Office episodes one by one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Are they like talking down on it? Like,
No, not necessarily.
We shouldn't have done
They
this.
punching
or-
down.
So maybe. So sometimes in some of those more controversial episodes now, it's weird to see them talk about, oh, this would be hard to do now, or like, you know, with in this time's viewpoint, this may have been a bad thing to do. Where it's
Really?
like,
So they'll actually talk about that?
yeah,
it's
not to the
interesting.
degree that I would more appreciate, but sometimes they do, and it's like,
But keep in mind, this is after the fact that they made millions off this show.
yeah, correct,
It's
exactly.
like, why would you accept that? Accept that fact?
Yeah.
That, like, oh, this joke might be harder to do nowadays. Like,
No,
yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
like you were laughing
it
at
was
it.
funny then.
It's-
Why isn't it funny now?
Yeah,
Yo, it's funny because you say that like they made millions, but they're still making money off that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
By,
sure,
by
right.
Like-
recording those podcasts.
Well, that and whatever.
Not as much money as we're
whatever,
making doing this
um,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, man, it's been a game.
The,
changer for
the
me.
money's been insane, right?
Yeah, it's been insane.
It's been a real life changer.
It has.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't go to Cumberland Farms anymore. I go to Wawa.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've been going to
money's
Wawa.
hitting him a little different than the
Just
rest
a
of
shit.
us.
wait, are you making more money than me?
Yeah, I'm the fucking host.
No comment.
Oh, shit. Well, what do you guys think? We're on, holy shit,
On
2
that
hours, 40
note,
minutes?
I guess we're going to Earl's.
Yeah,
Oh, you guys want, for real?
meatball subs.
I'm not afraid to.
I want to try one of these meatball subs
You want to go right now?
right now.
Did you just say 2 hours 40 minutes?
Yeah, 2 hours and 36 minutes.
Oh
so
my
far.
god.
This is a long one.
Yeah.
Sorry, we gotta cut out all the N-bombs.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of editing, but we're gonna do it after meatball subs.
We'll have to cut out all the verbal Dave Chappelle show we did.
No, we're not
Reenactments.
cutting nothing out of this episode. This was a good episode. All right, guys. We got nothing else for you.
Bye.